Hello, Sumo fans.
I hope you're all going to come tonight because I put it in the community tab. I got no other way to talk to you guys.
We are thinking about it. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always a little delayed.
We're live.
Like, don't look at that window because when I'm live streaming, I'm like talking to the guys and I'm showing them all this stuff and it's like 15, 20 seconds later that it shows up on that preview window.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There's a bit of a delay. All right.
Well, welcome to a live stream, John.
Yeah. I'm usually tied up in various silly social events, but I like this idea of, because we needed a downtime idea.
Yeah, something to do.
An off season. I was telling people, they're like, "Oh, how's sumo?" I'm just like, "We're in the off season right now. We're not."
Right, like off season is like a month.
Sumoing yet,
and we need to do some sumoing.
I'm gonna do a little bit of sumoing right now, and I'm just staring at the list of people we're getting the energy in for our Guess the Banzuke live fill out. It's gonna be, guys, I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the fact that absolutely no prep went into this whatsoever.
I figured it'd be more fun to just...
Yeah, we got to do it that way.
To do it, yeah. Also, I know there are some people that do a lot of prep. And they do the research. There's analysts online. I'm just going to go with the gut.
There are, I won't name names unless they want to mention themselves, but there is a 42 Opinions subscriber who's like one of the top Guess the Banzuke members.
There's a couple of badasses in our group, but we knew that.
Yeah, so, if you guys come on and chat, you can, like, give us some hints, or you can laugh when John puts somebody in a place that you're like, no.
This is a very non-effective, non-powerful. There's a little bit of mysticism in it. It's not very good.
So, do we have a lot of 7 and 8 guys, or
there's?
Let's get a lay of the land.
7 and 8, 8 and 7, 7 and 8.
Oh, great! They're all around each other too.
7 and 8 and 7. This was, for some people. It was a scraper. They just scraped by.
So now you got to wonder if, they're going to get some favorable judgments.
There's so much like 3D chess, 4D chess going into this. I don't know. I just guessed.
Well, we're pretty confident who's not staying in the top division, right?
Yeah, mostly certain.
Is Sudagisho one of them, or is he too high up?
He's too high up.
Wow.
Yeah, so Diamami, very sad, but just this last loss on the last day, I'm still a little sore about it. Endo's gone.
Yeah, poor Endo.
Kitano Waka is gone. Shimazu Umi is unfortunately gone.
Myogido, right?
We'd have to. I'm gonna get Jirio. Where's Jirio?
Yeah, I don't remember what the Jirio guys are up to.
Hang on, I know how to do this. So we have Tokihayate up because he's right there. Takara Fuji very likely up. Mitoryu.
Yeah.
With the Yusho.
Gee, man, what is up with that guy?
Oh my God, you come up with a Yusho. That's a statement. I'm done with this Jirio nonsense. Oshoma. Up, probably. It's double digits.
Yeah.
So that's our 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and then 4 down. The real question is Tomokaze versus Myogiryu.
I don't know.
Because it's a 9 and 6 at Jirio 3, so it's pretty close. If
like veteran preference versus,
Yeah, I think if Tomokaze had a 10 and 5, it'd be open and shut case, but not quite.
Ooh.
Not quite. We'll get to that. I do the bottom of the Banzuke near the end.
Okay.
I go top to bottom because the top's so easy.
Right.
It gives me my confidence.
Yeah, the top should be easy, but if you suck like me, then it's not easy and you still make mistakes.
Oh, dude, we're it's not that I'm good at it. It's just that I'm doing it for fun.
Well, let me just tell you, I don't find it fun. So I quit officially.
Yeah.
And now John is the 42 Opinions ambassador for Guess the Banzuke.
Shout out to Kintamiyama for running this, by the way.
Yeah, it's like stayed the test of time for sumo games.
It's like hundreds of tournaments run.
Oh, yeah.
It's been going on forever.
Is there like historical record for...
Yeah, that and Sumo Database are just...
Everybody's on Sumo Database.
Yes, it's a potent tool for anybody who's wanting to get into sumo. It's pretty good stuff. This is Jirio. We want to pop back and forth here in the top division and just sort of scope things out. So, like, the Yokozuna, open and shut.
Yeah.
100% confident.
Doesn't even have to show up. He gets to keep his spot.
The Ozeki, it's basically, you just look at their records. So that's pretty easy.
Right. So he'll get the Ozeki, like where Kotonowaka is. Was that Ozeki 2 West?
Yeah. So it's just the Ozeki are basically, they're ranked by how they did last tournament.
Got it.
Because they're all Ozeki, which means they're basically the same rank.
Right.
So
it's like
it's Hoshoryu, then Kotonowaka, then Takakeisho, then Kirishima.
It's like the Dewey Decimal System.
Sort of, yeah. You just it's there's some of that starts to bleed down into the Sanyaku. This is something that threw me off, I guess, a couple tournaments ago, because Daisho, when Kotonowaka moved up, Daisho got side graded, sort of finger quotes demoted to Sekiwake West, even though he had a winning score, because Kotonowaka had a better score than him in Sanyaku. So the Sekiwake Kamasubi, it's a little bit of the we judge you based on your rank, and it's a little bit based on, if you win, you're up. If you lose, you're down.
Right.
And it's very, you have to sort of read it. You have to read the tea leaves on this one.
Yeah.
And then once you get down here, then you're in the thick of it at that point.
Right, especially when you have people that like hold their spot.
Yeah,
like Tobizaru.
Yep, you have people that hold their spot. There's fighting spirits. There's X factors.
How many tournaments have you been in?
Yep, that's when all this mess starts to really get ugly. And so this is where we're gonna really get into it.
That'll be fun.
Well, fun for somebody.
Yeah,
I mean,
fun for me because I'm just gonna sit back.
You're
and be
free.
like,
Yes, you're spectating this.
I'd be like, hey, sure you want to make that move? Okay, you know what you're doing. I don't.
Feel free to backseat on this. I will
totally backseat.
I've got no skin in this game.
I've had some people throw some of their guesses out there.
All right.
We might be able to look that up, but.
Oh, well, just come on in.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
I'll let you know if you're doing anything too bad. We'll get the halt button out.
Maybach starts on Mother's Day.
Really? Wow.
Mother's Day present. Shout out to mothers.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah. I was talking to my mom. I'm like, Sumo starts on Mother's Day.
Are you gonna see her?
I think she'll be up here for Mother's Day.
So, and she likes watching sumo.
Yeah. She's a very early riser, so.
Oh, so she can watch it live with you.
So I get up live, and then suffer for it because I'm not good at. Yeah, It's
worth it though, because your mom is like the coolest person ever.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's true though.
Yeah, she'll. Yeah, we get up, we have coffee, we chat, and we did that. Not the last time, but one of the more memorable times when Asana Yama won the U show when Donald Trump visited.
Oh yeah, she was at your house that day.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, 2020.
So is this like the first time she's been back in a sumo tournament?
I think we've done it a couple of times. Typically, I don't get up to watch it live unless like it's down to the wire. I got up to watch Kotonowaka versus Terunofuji in January because I needed that.
You need to know.
I didn't want to sleep the night. I was like, I need to know.
Yes, Monster. It will be on the screen when we start filling it out. We're just we're talking for a bit to give people a chance to come in because we started early. I also don't know how many people actually checked the community tab. I knew you were coming. I don't know about Mitch. He might have disappeared, but
we got one person.
Well, we've got the most important person.
Yeah.
He is very willing to. It sounds like he said, "Just finished watching the Sumo Spiffy Banzuke update. Let's take some W's." So he might be getting serious on this one. Right. We'll see.
All right, let's pop over. So.
All right, he's gonna start doing it.
You're right. So
we might have to. I don't know if there's a delay just on the screen or also for him. So let's just talk for another second.
Yeah. Well, that'll be. I mean, this is typically what happens. The live stream. It's about.
Okay, it's switched over now.
It's 6 to 10 seconds.
Okay.
It's like TV broadcast. Like it's not.
Right. That's true. If you watch it like on this TV, it's like different than this TV.
Yeah, it's the same deal. All right, so this is the GTB helper. I think my first guess to Banzuke, I did it on a spreadsheet. It was a disaster.
I didn't even try that, which I should have, and that's probably why I was like dead last.
Yeah, well, just basically writing it down somewhere is it's nice, but this thing's nicer. So here we go. Boom, 1 in the tank. Done.
Yes.
I just scored big. I felt good. Yep.
These next 4 should be relatively straightforward.
Here we go. Hoshoryu, Ozeki Wanis. Boom. Because he's got the highest of it.
He's got to love that.
Oh.
He's just like...
He's feeding.
He's got his arms folded, and he's just looking at everybody with that face.
Yeah, he is now Top Gun for May.
Yeah. Because Teruno Fuji's not going to be there.
He's do or die on May. They're because he pulled out of this one.
Oh, that's right. They said he's coming back in May. So it's either he's just doesn't make it to May and we never see him again, or he at least makes an attempt in May.
Yes.
But either way, Hoshoryu is still the top dog.
I'm gonna make a guess that Hoshoryu is gonna become top dog by like week 2, because I think Teruno Fuji is just gonna run out of it.
I don't see him being ready for May.
Gonna run out of it.
I just don't see that, but yeah, here nor there.
So this is gonna be Koto Zakura.
Oh, that's right.
I'm guessing it's just Koto Nowaka because he hasn't formally. Because when the new Banzuke comes out, I think that's
when the name will be on there.
The name will be on it that way. But like right now, he's still Koto Nowaka. And then we have Takakeisho, who cleared Kadoban, and Style.
Very Style.
And then Kirishima,
the poor Kadoban Ozeki.
He'll be double-digit wins in May. It'll be like nothing ever happened. Everything's going to be fine. That's the hope. And then
Monster says, I'm ready to cope for the kaiju in May.
Yep. He's going to... Well, they talk a big game also like up front. There is very much we're going to be there. We're going to make... And then like the negotiations start as it wheels back. But I mean, this...
You could send an international studies class over to Japan and just study how the sumo announcements come out.
Yeah.
And you could learn so much about Japanese business in general.
There's a lot of the way that they do business there. But just the way that Teruno Fuji is the egg timers are up. We all knew this day would come.
But it is sort of fascinating to know that Hakuho is there training guys in his... You just wonder, like, there's conversations that are going to happen. A real heart-to-heart with Hakuho not having any skin in the game right there.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows?
Well, what's going to be interesting is, theoretically, and I think it's a year or something, Isegahama Oyakata is 65 and he's gone.
Yep.
Teruno Fuji inherits the Isegahama, because he will be long since retired. We're talking about Teruno Fuji maybe lasting the next tournament in a year.
So he'll be gone in a whole year with an opportunity when that spot.
So what happens is Teruno Fuji retires either May or July or whenever that is. He does surgery on every part of his body. He becomes a mummified person.
Yeah.
That gets done. He's in better shape. He starts coaching dudes. Then he picks up the Isegahama name. Theoretically, now we don't...
Right, who knows what's going on behind
closed doors, who knows? And then we have new Isegahama, and then Miyagino goes off. Theoretically, this is the happy ending. Miyagino goes off with his group of people, and then what's going to be interesting is they're going to have insider knowledge on each other because they've been practicing.
The reality is this. If Hakuho can keep himself right where he is, doesn't actually get kicked out, there are some major power moves he can make. So while everybody's freaking out and getting upset, don't count him out just yet, because all these guys are going to retire. And who's going to be left? All the people Hakuho is friendly with, they've done their negotiations. They've that or they know things about each other, like you said.
Yeah, well. For a rivalry, like imagine this time next year. Again, this is the sunshine and rainbows version of reality.
Yes.
Isegahama Oyakata goes bye. Miyagino stable goes off, and once Miyagino stable leaves, we're gonna have Hakuoho and Takeru Fuji now fighting each other when beforehand they got a bye.
Yeah.
and those two guys are going to be Sanyaku, if not Ozeki, by then.
And they're gonna get to train together for a little while.
So right now they're playing. It's a
Playing
weird,
nice,
It's
yeah.
a weird ceasefire going on that they're going to be training together.
But they're gonna be
and-
looking over their shoulder at each other.
Yeah, because then like kind of March, April, the birthdays coming up. Everybody's looking at each other. We're like, we're moving across town, and then we're gonna be friends.
This is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean maybe it'll be sort of like the Takakesha Daisho thing going on.
Right, where they are best buddies,
Yeah.
but when they meet each other in the ring, they're gonna bust each other's skulls.
Yep, Tommy Fuji goes at it, and then just has a couple beers with you after the match.
Yeah,
There's again, we're painting the happy story here.
you got to paint the happy story.
We're not.
We can't be living in misery all the time.
I feel like everybody sort of got it out of their system already.
Hopefully.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, back to this
Yeah,
fun.
thing. All right, so bam. All right, so I just got 6 points. Easy pants.
Easy.
That's how easy.
Easy peasy.
I'm doing all the gimmies first, and then we're gonna get down into the mega shears, and I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. So
All right, well, Monster will tell us if you screw it up.
well, probably it won't take long. It's 9 and 6 Abi, a shocker. So he goes there.
Yeah, I don't know. He did something different. Maybe just got luck.
He still
He had a weird tournament, I would
had a
say.
weird, yeah. I mean,
It wasn't like a dominating 9 and 6.
It was like weird in his favor.
Yeah. Well, he's the sumo wrestler of chaos, so that's what
Yeah.
happens with him.
Yeah, him and Takayumi, they definitely feed off that energy.
Of course, Avi is like one of the most hated
Yeah.
men in sumo.
Yeah. So, these guys are, boop, they're in the Ozeki level, not quite.
See how easy it is to make a mistake?
This is the plan.
I know.
Yeah, when we go over to the entry form here, we're gonna be very, very,
Very
deliberate.
meticulous.
It's sort of like it's you do all your scratch work, and then when you bust out the ballpoint pen to write it out,
and you're writing it like in perfect
Be
lines.
careful. Anyway, yeah. So seeing Abi at Sekiwake is also very interesting. Because we always talk about how Abi has his ceiling. Like this is now an actual ceiling.
We have
Uh-oh.
Monster says, I agree completely. Wakamoto Haru and Abi at Ozeki 3 is a great choice. See,
Wouldn't
we're
that
off
be
to a
nice?
great start.
Wouldn't that be nice? All right. So from here, things are gonna get weird. But, so when Wakamoto Haru had the 6-9, they kicked him out of Sanyaku.
Yep.
Which makes me think that Daisa is going to get kicked out of Sanyaku as well. I don't know, East or West. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a lot of scratch pad stuff. So
Okay.
something that's really nice about this is that you can stack people on top of the same rank.
I didn't know that. That would have made it so much easier.
So what I do is I just sort of throw people in the general direction of where I want them to go. And then from there, I sort of mold it. Like I look at two people compete. I'm like, maybe you're higher. Oh, maybe you're lower. I'm like, you had a really good term. I was like, you kind of faded at the end. And then, now where it gets really awkward and probably where I start losing all my points is like I'll have like 2, 3, 4 people on top of each other, and there'll be a part of the Banzuke. I'm like, I feel good about this, and then like people start moving up and down and like sort of shuffling everything out of alignment. And I'm like, I just fix this. It's broke again.
And then your brain starts to get really frustrated, and you just hit submit, and you're like, wait a minute.
Well, so here's the problem. There was one tournament that like I looked at it, like I slept on it. I went back to it. I looked at it again. I made a couple more decisions, and then I did worse than when I just sort of threw it together.
So never sleep on it.
No, well,
which obviously we're not going to do tonight.
No, there was. I think my best score in GTB is 4-11. I was just like, that's 4 wins, man.
2 is my best, so.
Yeah, then it was one time I was second to last.
Yeah, I've been there.
We're not good at this. My ISP though.
I had the worst ISP ever last tournament.
What's your rank?
I'm still in Makushita, I think.
No.
Are you in Jurio? You're in.
Oh, dude.
Okay. We have to see it. Man.
They haven't updated the Banzuke yet, but look at me.
Where? Wow, dude, you're like an ISP expert.
This is this is just grinding it out for years.
True.
Years.
True. You've been probably doing this longer than me.
Yeah. Yeah. This is 4 or 5 years of just getting lucky, failing upwards. So, what's also nice is down here, down in the Makucha, like
I'm down there somewhere.
What'll happen is like you'll run into people who stop playing.
Yeah.
People who skip.
Yep.
So what'll happen? Like all you need down here, like you get an 8 and 7, and then you're up like 5. You're up 6.
I did so bad last tournament. I must have gotten demoted significantly.
Where are you? There you are. No, 23.
Yeah, but look at that 3, 11, and 1.
It's not gonna. So well, okay. So Kosho, they're sitting still. They're down. They're down like a 5-10, 5-10.
True.
So
True.
it's good. This is the double digits, but you're gonna have a softer landing.
True.
Look
That's
at
a
all
good
the
point.
7 and 8, 4 and 11, 5 and 10.
But that means I'm like, I gotta start like winning because I'm
well-
down with all the people who like give up after a while.
Well, here's the this guy here.
Yeah.
He's 10 and 5. He's gonna go all the way up.
Yeah.
So you just need that one tournament, and then you feel good about yourself.
Do you remember that one tournament where you and I were in like the top 5?
Oh, it was good.
That was such a good time.
There is one day on one tournament that I was first place. It
Wow.
was like in the middle of it didn't. It was like day 9.
Non-consequential.
It was like, and then the next day I was gone. But I was just like that one day. My name was number 1. I was like, yeah. And
Oh,
it was,
You should have screenshotted it for keepsake.
It's in there. I have to like whenever.
Oh, that's true.
Because all these days are recorded and all that other stuff. It's
Wow, I didn't know you were that highly ranked.
it is that I am a testament to grinding it out. It's not that I'm good. It's that I don't go away.
That is the way to be.
That is my trick. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, back to
Yeah,
the reason we're here,
Yeah,
but still.
So yeah, what we're gonna come out of here now. We may have some pointers. Maybe I'll get that 5 and 10.
Well, you know, if
But-
certain people come through,
Yeah, well, no
We'll
pressure.
see.
Yeah.
all the pressure.
All the
I pressure on my live streams.
pressure for me, but no one else.
Okay.
Chat, just have fun. You just have fun.
I am gonna just have
You
fun.
just
Not
have
sit
fun,
back
whatever,
and
whatever. All right, so we're gonna put. This is a.
you okay.
This is a desire pick right here.
Huh.
So some of this is. So Asaniyama's right here, and because Daisho's getting kicked out, so now we got these 2 empty slots.
True.
And this Kigi's, so I'm just gonna put him over there.
Get
Ura's
out.
6 and 9. Unfortunately, you're gonna put him somewhere. We'll get to him in a minute, but we've got like Asaniyama is just there, and
Finally.
Tommy Fuji then is the next highest person with Akachikoshi,
Right.
so he's in. So where this can get complicated is this Onosato right here.
Yeah. How
So
high up
the
do they move?
Gonoyama, he's 10 and 5. You're gonna put him on pole position.
This is what makes it hard is you have the guy who was way up here who's getting dropped down, and then you have a guy who gets a high score, and it's like, how low does this guy go versus how high does this guy go up?
So the big question number 1 is right here. This. See, if a Tommy Fuji, he's closer up, but he's 8 and 7.
Oh.
But we have Onosato lower down, multi-special prize winner, Yusho candidate, almost Yusho equivalent.
I could see them leapfrogging to Tommy
So
Fuji.
part of me is thinking this instead of this. I don't. The thing, like, if a Tommy Fuji was a 9 and 6, or if he was double digits, I see them putting in a 3rd.
But an 8 and 7, that's like so dicey.
Not. And then unfortunately for Tobizara and Hiro Umi, they're not there yet. They're going to be moving up, but
But they're not going to go too
they're
far.
not going to go too far.
They should just leave Tobizaro where he is. It should go both
Well,
ways.
it should, but it's not.
No.
Thing is that we have Ura, we have Meisei, we have Takanosho, and we have Oho. They're all with them reds.
Mm-hmm.
So like we need somebody for 2 East, right?
Yes.
So that's gonna probably be him, but it might be Umi, who's a 9 and 6. This is also where it's sort of this is a pick 'em. This is a pick 'em. You can flip it either way
Yeah.
because they're like basically the same rank.
Right, and
this.
you've got an 8 and 7 versus a 9 and 6 with a half rung difference in rank.
Just a little.
Ugh.
So we're looking at this. So Nishikigi sort of, helps us for the log jam.
Right,
like,
but how far
down.
down is he really gonna go?
I'm just gonna leave him here for now.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. He
Just
was
kinda get him
obviously
out.
going west, right? So, yeah, about right there. Feels like it. Feels-ish. I do some counting, and then I sort of after that, I'm just like, it's about there. It's about there. This is why I'm so good at this. I get double-digit losses.
This time, you're gonna get like 5 wins.
Anyway, so here we go. Tommy Fuji. All right. So what I do is that all the people that have wins, I push them up, and then the people with losses, then I'll drag them down, and then I take it from there. We also have this. We have this wild card all the way down at 17.
Yeah. How far up did they put him?
So basically, I look like when you get a U show like this, you're just like top 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Top 5. So it's just
Put him in a 5.
Right there he is. Maybe a 6, but just right there. We're slapping things on.
Right, just to get the paint on the paint.
Yeah, we're just getting the paint on the canvas right now. Ain't no big deal.
Monster says Onosato got over promoted a lot last boss show, so I gave him the bias over Asanoyama in my guess.
Interesting. There's some precedents that, again, special prizes, the Prodigy. They had the whole
hype train.
They had that whole thing about like these two guys are doing some really good sumo. He got 2 special prizes.
Yeah, and they don't like to give. They're kind of stingy with those special prizes.
Yeah. Then they go to Onosato and Takara Fuji and just gave them the entire trophy cabinet.
And they did.
Yeah.
They just opened it up and was like, "Here you go."
I'll go with that. We're gonna make this choice.
Goose is in the house. What's up, man?
Oh, Goose is here. So, saw you fighting, man. Powerful beard action. I also love how your co-host was doing commentary and was just taking the piss out of you every single time you were on the dojo.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was gonna like hype him or if he was gonna just. I didn't know if we were gonna get the hype train, if he was gonna ignore him or pretend like he doesn't know him because that'd be like awkward, or if he was just gonna like hammer him with.
All right, that was. There was some praise thrown in there as well, but a couple of got caught smuggling jokes. I was like, oh man, these guys are friends.
Yeah,
this is what you do when somebody hands you your mic and your best friend's walking over there and really doesn't need you doing something.
You just give him a sideways glance, like, okay, man.
Oh boy.
So back to this.
Yeah.
This is a train wreck, man. Like when I look at that, I'm like, how do you decide?
Again, like I do the wins and then I do the losses and I just scribble everything around.
Just about ready to escape the samsara with this layover, but we're on the move.
Oh,
so
man.
are you catching something soon? Catching a flight soon? I hope so, because there's nothing worse than a 20-hour layover.
It's bad enough traveling halfway across the world.
Right? And then you get stuck.
You're stuck.
This is why I don't fly. Like, I only go places I can drive to.
Yeah, it's all sorts of
He
work.
said, nah, I got my back. Bullied me to no end, but cheered the loudest when I beat someone. Of course, that's how it is. That's the way a friend should be.
Yeah.
I want to bully John right now over this guest, the Banzuke.
It is right fields for the bullying.
The problem is that I don't know what I'm doing, so,
All right. So
it's kind of not authentic.
Takayasu goes there. This is.
My question for you is, why don't you take the... I'm not saying you should do it, but why don't you take the guys you know are getting demoted and take them off just so you have less names to look at?
Oh, these guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do... Well, like, I trickle down.
Okay.
I trickle down. So I work up the top, and then I work on the bottom. The Jurio bottom of the division thing, it's always... I have a lot of trouble with this section, not only because who's going up, who's going down... But then it's like a weird adding calculus on top of it, because you're like, what is a 9, what does a 12 and 3 mean when you're going into the top division? What is it? What is an 8 and 7? What's the 11? Where does it go? And you have the Oshoma 11 and 4, and then you've got a 7 and 8 from Shirana Umi. How do they mix?
We just like put them.
I just
roll the dice.
I ball it up and I just throw it. throw it, and then wherever it lands is what happens. Now, what doubly sucks on that is tiebreakers go from the bottom up
Oh,
and guess the Banzuke.
see.
So you already. I have personally no absolute clue what's going on in these bottom numbers in terms of who goes where. But then knowing that if something happens and there's like a rank dispersion, they're starting at 17. The one I'm least confident on. Just 0% confidence is gonna work. But
This is why I can't do it.
it's whatever.
Just I'm already feeling anxiety.
You just throw it to the winds and you just hope it doesn't blow back on your face.
Hey, Mike. He says, no, flying into Denver International Airport during a thunderstorm is much worse than a 20-hour layover. Yeah, because you might die. I mean, that definitely is not a good thing. Monster says, the math is easy wins minus losses is the basics of it, not accounting for bias.
That's sort of what I do.
That's John's method. That's not my method. My method is just throw it on a paper. And then Goose says, can't read the names on the mobile airport Wi-Fi, so I'm just going off the vibes.
Yeah, we'll be talking about people. All right, so we'll do this for Ura. We'll just do it. So like he's 6 and 9. So he was Mega Shiro 1. So you go 8, 9. So he's about right there. Start out, but now he's contesting with Gonoyama.
Right.
So you look at the Ura, the Gonoyama. Gonoyama had pretty good sumo. He didn't really stand out. Ura had some crazy throws and made the crowd go crazy. So Gonoyama takes a trip over. But now it's Gonoyama and Takayasu getting in a tussle.
Right, and look at how close.
And how close are they? But the thing is that Takayasu is 2 ranks down. So then he makes the room.
So Goose says there's going to be 3 Komusubi.
That's it. That's an interesting call.
He also said, JJ and I had the wildest pick, but if it works, we're in the books forever. See, that's the crazy thing. Every once in a while, if the Banzuke committee does something wild, only the people who are willing to take crazy risks are going to get that. But
what do you think, Maria? 3 Kamasubi? I don't know. I don't know. That may be a cliff I don't jump off.
John's very conservative about the Banzuke.
He's conservative in general.
Very
standoffish.
It's like, no, let's not rock the boat.
Oh man, that's how you fall.
I don't know. That's one thing that really throws me: the fact that you could have up to any number of sekiwake.
So that would be sort of not a Tommy Fuji, forcing the third, but Onosato forcing the third in a way. So like if we do it like this, we could do the goose pick. We
could give it a shot. I mean, that's up to you though. Whatever you're feeling.
We'll try the goose pick. We'll try. We try it. Yeah, we can let we could be democratic about this.
Yeah, I mean, we did open it up to the fans.
We'll be the collective unconscious for a couple of things. I reserve the right to say confidently incorrect on this. No, he's gonna be there, and then I'm like completely wrong, and it's like.
Goose says, "Thanks for watching my matches, John. Keen to chat more with you."
Yeah, the 2 of you guys had so much fun. I feel like I'm gonna be out of excuses if you guys do it again.
Yeah, that's how it works. I knew that if it was a blast, that I'd be able to convince John.
Yeah, Maria's the one who goes out and does the legwork. I hide.
Yep. Then I say, John, it's okay. You can come.
Come out of your hole. All right.
I watched some matches too, but I only caught the very end. So I'm still gonna go back, though the Roller Town tournament is over. I still want to go back and watch all the matches because it was really fun. It was way better than I expected.
The quality of sumo was vastly beyond my expectations. I sort of had I was telling Maria before we started, we were getting set up. I felt like it was sort of going to be everybody's dad plays flag football at the Paris barbecue kind of a level of athleticism. Like there'll be a couple people who are good, people in decent shape, but all in all, you're sort of just like everybody's here to just have fun. But these people were playing for keeps.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, they actually look like sumo wrestlers. Like even the smaller guys, like they had the sumo build.
The build, yeah.
Like you can tell they had been training for specifically
There were people from like 10 different sumo clubs coming from around the country too. And
somebody came from New York, so apparently there's something sumo
going on. Well,
even though we saw a swimming club, but
probably more downtown. But yeah, it was shocking. Also, like the number of people that like the announcers was like, this is their first time, and they're like, they've got belt grips, they've got movement. my first time, I'm just getting launched. I'm
Just really a finger flick.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall over on the tachiai.
Goose
bad.
says, not more, sumo more.
Nice. Yeah. So that was a great time. I am.
I'm not gonna read that comment, Goose.
Oh, let's see.
I'm like, if this is like the time that somebody put something very bad in Japanese in the chat and I read it out. And then they all laughed at me for reading the Japanese phrase that I didn't know what it meant. And I found out later it was very inappropriate. So thanks, guys.
Nice slang. Okay.
So.
There were a lot of good-looking people in Milwaukee. So I gotta say, a couple people were jacked.
Yeah?
Yeah, in that tournament, like you had
the 15-0 guy.
Yeah, well, oh my God, yeah, he was a bit of a stallion, all right.
Didn't he hank at the last match though?
I didn't. I think.
Oh, you probably didn't catch
I've
that.
still got like a couple hours left of the broadcast.
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
It's fine. I'll come back. The statute of limitations is off. It's like saying spoilers on when like the Tuesday after the sumo tournament's over. It's just like go on IS.
Right, it happened 4 days ago, man.
Dude, come on, it's a fast sport. Fast sport, yeah, people looking good, yeah. And there was a couple people you look at them and you're just like, if they put their fists down in front of me, I'm just running.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
their auras. It was good stuff.
I have to say the ladies were pretty brave to go in and fight like the biggest dudes. They didn't fight like there were some times where they had the smaller dudes, but like the ladies fought the big dudes.
Yeah, like,
and sometimes they got crushed out.
Yeah. Like there was a guy, I think Nemo, who had the tachiai. It was just blisteringly powerful. And
yeah.
That lady just put her fist down. She's like, "We're going." I'm like,
she's like, "We want this."
So that's a 40-mile-an-hour truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
she made it something else.
Yeah.
That was part of what was this.
Is she the one that won one of the special prizes too?
Maybe.
Well, yeah. I gotta go back and like actually pay attention. Like, I gotta go back and watch everything and pay more attention because I was just catching Goose's matches and then doing other stuff.
Did you notice some of the people who were doing the technical work for Dallas? Team 4-star.
Oh, really? No, I didn't notice that. Yes, now that I think about it. Okay, all right.
All like Dallas, that Dallas tournament is checking all these boxes. I'm like, holy moly.
Well, you know what they say about Texas.
Gotta
love Texas.
You hear about something, you go in, you have no expectations. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this cool thing that Goose is doing just to support him, and you're like, wow, this is wild fun. The crowd's good, the atmosphere is great, the sumo's awesome.
The cops chilling in the background.
The weather was actually kind of nice.
I know.
I checked the temperature in Dallas. I'm just like, damn.
Although it was nice here too.
It was better here. I mean, now this is like a. It's like a Dallas 75, 80. So like if you're in that sun, you're still dying. But
right we had like 60. Tents. We had 67 with a breeze, like perfect.
Yeah, man, that was.
So I guess that guy's name is Edo, and he's super jacked and killed his tachiai.
Some of those people, it's like you're tachiaiing into the wall.
Yeah, why bother? You got to hanka that guy. Yeah, hanka not hanka. And Mike says many injuries. Are we looking at?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people
like
got hurt.
Shimazumi and
yeah. We can put them.
Yeah, I really do think, for my own sake, I like the idea of the people that we know are not going to be in this conversation just going right down there.
They get to hang out. So all right, so now we're only dealing with these people. Look at all those reds. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you got
when your top guys actually fight like top guys.
Goodness. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. Almost back to the realm of dominance. Yeah,
just the question is who's going to take the place at the top? Come on, guys.
Well, these guys right here. I wouldn't call this 11-4 Yusho equivalent for Hoshoryu. I don't think anybody's on a run right now.
Nobody on
a run. You got and then here down, we're in a weird May is definitely going to be everybody at the starters orders because there's no Yokozuna runs, there's no Ozeki runs.
Right. It's just like, okay, everybody show up and create a story.
Yeah. We're just like, who's going to get the lead? Who's going to come out in front? Who's Who's going to be? All right, here we go.
Quackadoo, Teru in May or July? I think May he's done. I could be shocked. But, I mean, he looks so bad in March.
Well, I feel like at the end of January, like, when the booze and the adrenaline finally dumped, he's like, I'm in no shape. Oh my God.
What was I thinking?
And then I feel like he sort of was like, I got to gamble this.
Right. He had a false sense of security in January.
Well, it was either he thought he could carry it over into March, or some part of him was just like, I got to roll this dice. I don't know if I could do this again. I got to risk it to get that 10.
Goose thinks July.
All right.
July would be poetic, but I'm sticking with May.
Yeah. Well, we've got all of April.
I want to be a doomer. That's what it is. I feel like being a doomer.
All of April, we're gonna hear Bupkis. They're on tour. Terunofuji's doing Yokozuna ring entering ceremonies with his kid.
Yeah,
everybody's having a good time.
Well, the thing about July is it's the one where everybody falls. Slips and slides because it's so sweaty and they don't have good air conditioning in the where's that? July isn't in a prefectural gymnasium or something
like that.
It's not the sweetness of the Kokugikan. So I don't know. I don't think he takes a chance in July and just breaks every part of his body. Yeah. But you guys could be right. I'm wrong all the time, constantly.
Yeah. Well, at present they say do or die in May. Right,
but that's
so what will happen is, the rest of April, nothing happening.
We haven't really heard anything in a good week.
Everyone's just, they're on tour, they're screwing around, they're shaking hands, they're kissing babies, they're doing going to be that. Then they're all going to get back. It's going to be first week of May. Everybody's going to be like, you fighting. And then that's when we're going to hear what's actually going to be going on with Terunofuji. All
right.
That's my read. So,
and by then we'll be able to do the preview show and really discuss this.
Yeah. Yeah, and by then we'll be like, okay, here's
the training reports.
Yeah, that's when we're gonna hear from the Okada will be like, oh, he's trying his best. Oh, he's putting in the average. We'll hear the jargon. We'll be able to spin it.
Oh, Mitch, you're here. Good. What I must know from you is, where's Tobizaro going to be on this list? That is the reason you came here.
Hang on. I have a guess at where Tobizaro is going to be for him. Just going to put him right there. How about this is the Tobizaro pick?
So I don't know what this comment from Monster means, but it says, Mitch, are you seeing this, bro? I hope it's because he's like, wow, John is screwing this up.
Oh, dude, I'm so bad. No bad. All right, anyway. I'll put Tobizaro back up here. Where was he? Tobizaro, he was 4 West 3. 3, I'll go like this.
By the way, guys, this whole Guess the Banzuke thing was an excuse to come on and do a live stream when there's no sumo on.
Sumo. This is our downtime.
We can talk about whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
Unless you're all I need to know what John's next pick is.
Guys, no expectations. You're just going to disappoint yourself.
Let's see. Mitch says, I just got here. YouTube was being a dick. So does that mean you didn't get the notification? That's pretty common for...
That's happened to me before. Sometimes it's
I just go to whatever... that's why I use the community tab. Nobody reads it, I know, except for you guys. But if I know somebody's doing something because I read the community tab, I just go to their page and just refresh until I get what I want. Goose says, I have important amateur sumo news. I beat Jake and Flerick at Roller Town, Salt City Sumo, Grand Sumo Breakdown.
Nice.
Monster says, first thing I'd say is that the math is more definite than you think. Ura and Tobizaro are a rank higher than where their range should be.
Interesting. Let's see. So Tobizaro.
No, he really is looking at you
yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Tobizaro, he was 4. So he should be 3. I'm guessing. Something like that.
And Quackadoo asks, Roga stays? Do you think Roga stays?
I think Roga stays because Dayamami goes.
There's your answer. Mitch is trying to get to his computer. He said none of his subs were showing.
Oh, it's a pain.
Oh. Well, that explains it. It says most channels, when you go to their page right now, it says something wrong, so it might be reducing your viewers. You know what, YouTube? Fine.
Thanks, YouTube.
Fine.
Thanks.
You know what? People can watch it later.
Yeah,
It's going to be unfortunate for them because they couldn't chat with us cool people. But, you know, I'm pretty sure YouTube has already, like, put us in some sort of corner on the algorithm so people don't see our videos anyway.
Maybe.
They're not punishing us, but they don't like us either. I don't know.
Mm.
We're too small, or we don't post enough, or
It's
whatever.
the algorithm. It just doesn't
Right, we
want us.
don't-
I am not worried about it.
We don't post shorts. That's why. That's the new thing. They want you to post shorts
They are pushing those shorts.
because they're trying to compete with TikTok.
Yeah.
So if you don't play the YouTube game, you're just not getting the favorableness.
We don't really do a lot of short-ish kind of content.
Yeah, the reason is I mean, I could take out like a funny thing that one of us says and throw it in a short, but you really need a visual. Otherwise, like, what's the point? You know, like, we don't have a very short-friendly show,
No.
except for maybe Hokuto Fuji Yu show.
That's our
I
only
wanna put that as a short.
short. It'll be a short. Put it in.
Seek.
All right. So Daisho's here. I feel good about that.
I assume you know him, Goose. I was gonna say I do not recognize Seek, so welcome if you are new to the channel. A lot of our normal people are in here right now. I'm waiting for Mitch to give me my Tobizaru pick.
No, it's
He's the resident Tobizaru expert.
Hirodomi was there. All these people above me. Yeah. So Hirodomi, basically, if we're going to put a Tommy Fuji here, Hirodomi is going to get a bit of a bump up. Because if we're gonna do the 3 Kamasubi and put a Tommy Fuji there, we got this blank spot at 1, and Hirodomi will be the higher rank. I'm just gonna mess around a little bit with this stuff.
I gotta tell you, I don't understand the math at all. Like, as you guys are talking, like,
Yeah.
Monster says that to you, and you say, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. There is. Well, it's weird because maybe I am overthinking it a little bit, and the math is sort of the math, but there's always a couple of those picks you're just like.
So Monster's got this big thing. I'll read it to you.
Hang on.
Tobizaru can only be at 3 West because Takayasu, Hiroumi, and Gonayama are all tied above him according to wins minus losses, which also means the maximum promotion for Takeru Fuji is 4 East.
Oh, that kind of math. I see.
So he's being very precise.
All right.
Wins minus losses, bro. That's his
Bro.
comment. And Seek is a longtime Salt City follower. Well, welcome. I hope that you caught me and Goose talking live last tournament. It was fun.
Really like
Thank you for coming over here to the 42 Pinions people.
I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it. Dumb's bricks.
Well, you know what? You know what, Monster? You're just going to get, top place like you always do. And John is just trying to get 6 wins.
5 wins. 5 wins. Come on. My personal best is 4 wins.
He's probably like, yeah, we know why now.
Goodness.
Why, thank you, Seek. It was very, very fun.
All right. So Mesa.
And John wants to come on next time. So it might be me and John and Goose next time.
Definitely needs to be a Discord thing. I ain't driving. I'm driving anywhere at 3 a.m.
No. I mean, Goose is in Australia, so there's no reason would have to do anything but Discord.
Oh, gonna need coffee.
You'll survive.
I'll figure it out. I've done it before.
You'll be horrible the next day, but you'll be fine in the moment. You get pretty charged.
Watching
because you're
sumo.
watching
It's
sumo.
electric.
And then when it's
power
over,
sumo.
you're still kind of excited.
It rolls.
And then you look at the sun and you're like, it's coming up. I should really go to bed.
Yeah, there was a couple of times that I'd get up, I'd watch it live, and then I'm like, okay, you got to go to bed. And you're gonna get a few more hours out, so you're not completely, and you're just lying in bed. You're just still buzzing.
You're staring at the ceiling and you're like,
just like,
oh, it's
man.
getting brighter and brighter.
Yeah, the Takakeisha Terunofuji playoff. I'm just rolling in my bed. I'm like, I can't go to sleep. It's too exciting.
Oh yeah. Anytime
too exciting.
That time, I was like, I'm up. They got my caffeine. Let's see. We got some more comments here. That's what I'm thinking. I have 5 people that need 2 ahead of Tobizaru that will fill Maegashira 1 through Maegashira 3 East. Kwakadu says crazy, but Onosata Sekiwake or nah.
Not Sekiwake.
Not Sekiwake. I agree.
He'd be fighting for Komusubi. I think
they would never like just because he's never even debuted in the Sanyaku.
No. Like,
I just don't see them doing that.
He pole vaults up to Komusubi 1. Like he'll. I see him passing Asanoyama and Atami Fuji.
they got to stop messing with the Sanayama, man. He's gonna be so angry.
He's got what he wants now. He's in Sanyaku, which means
right. I guess it doesn't matter who passes him as long as he's like fulfilling his own personal goals. If
they punted him out of Sanyaku at 1 West, that's the slap in the face. That's rough.
You never know with those guys.
Rough.
Man. So Mitch says, I just realized that I gave myself a headache trying to figure out Megashare 1 and 2 earlier and decided to do it later and haven't gotten to it yet. Onosato Komusubi for sure from Goose. I see Abi was Komusubi. Goose says, and that's why I picked 3 Komusubi, which we decided to do.
Doing the Goose maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it to him. Mike says, our ability to do math in no way influences the next Banzuke. Listen, Monster, it's probably driving you crazy, but, not everybody can win. You're going to win, and the rest of us are just going to take the spots below you. And Quackado's already calling Hoshiryu Yusho for his uncle.
Very nice. Oh, Cancer.
I didn't know that. What?
I think.
What? What is happening?
Here, Google that.
Yeah.
Google that.
What is happening, man?
He's in the hospital for something.
And this is after Akebono drops dead.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm starting to get real anxious.
Maybe not cancer. Something happened.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, get the press on it. Fact check me on that. But I know there was something.
We got all the devices for this live stream.
Yeah.
I don't usually have it all available to me.
I'll never escape the Top Gun allegations.
What?
All right, what was I doing? Okay, so Meisei, 6 and 9 meters at 2.
Well, it's not showing up here. I'd have to go to, Twitter or something?
Down.
Oh, yeah. The people in the chat will tell us.
Yeah, the people.
We don't need to look this up.
Diagnosed with cancer, it's horrible.
What kind of cancer? What stage? What are the details? This is terrible. We were just having fun with him on Twitter. Now he has cancer?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I
can't.
Okay, so I got to get back to this Banzuke comments too. I just completely got shocked by this.
If it hits early enough,
we got.
I think Komusubi, Tommy Fuji goes to Komusubi. They won't create a third for an over promotion.
But above that, Mitch says not a snowball's chance. We'll see 3 Komusubi.
We got a split in the chat.
Well, I figured that would happen.
We got a split. Interesting.
The Goose maneuver will never escape the Top Gun allegations. Is that why you go by the name Goose? Top Gun?
Put him there.
I don't think Atami Fuji goes to Komusubi. They won't create a third for an over promotion. Well, tell Goose that. Mitch says, I heard he was sick, but didn't hear the C word being mentioned. And Quackadoo says a tumor. Where do you guys get this information? Is this on?
There's various scattered people who translate news articles.
Okay. So maybe this is in Discord channels and things.
I think, there's a couple people in Nato's Discord. There's people on Twitter. What you can also do is just go to Nikon Sports. Go to the website itself and just try your luck at Google Translate.
Okay.
You get some weird articles that way, but sometimes
you get what you need.
Sometimes if you're hunting for something or if you hear a rumor and you're just I'm going to go to the source, and the source is poorly translated articles.
I'm still upset about Akira Toriyama dying, okay?
Yeah,
I can't. I'm really in mourning.
Yeah.
I'm in serious mourning. He was only 67 years old, and I can't take it. And I don't want to hear things like this, man.
That was
Maria's variety show with occasional Banzuke intermissions. That's what this was always intended to be. If you guys really came here for Guess the Banzuke only, I put it very clearly in the community bar that this was just my excuse to get John on a live stream.
Yeah.
Monster says they wouldn't promote a third Komusubi unless Atami Fuji had 12 wins, and it's not even close. Everyone is poo-pooing the third Komusubi spot.
Man.
So I'm just telling you.
I just fixed the top. I can't put anyone down.
Oh, then Onosato wouldn't be Komusubi, so it would still be 2.
Onosato's in. There's no way he's not in.
So that's the hill you got to be willing to die on. And maybe Monster will be wrong, and that will be hilarious because he's the best one at the Guess Banzuke.
Yes. If somebody's not Kamasubi, it's Atami Fuji.
I'm not Goose from Top Gun. I would have picked Viper. Goose is what my sister calls me. Oh, gotcha. Mitch, I'm remembering why this Megashira 1-2 thing hurt my head. Daisha going 6 and 9 really screwed this up.
It kind of did. If he was 7 and 8, everything would have been clean.
Glad I don't have to figure this out. I will read the chat to you, John, and you can keep doing your thing.
I'm keeping eyes on it.
While I'm checking Nikon Sports with the Google Translate.
Yeah, all right. So
this is lame that it's not in news, like English news.
I think. Well,
apparently it's in the Discord for Salt City.
I gotta get in on that.
Yeah, we got the link in the email, so you can get in there too.
Yeah.
You're welcome as well. There's a 42 opinions.
Yeah. I just lurk and
I lurk too. I'm in there all the time. I just don't say anything, just so you guys know.
Just watch.
I'm like, ooh, they got some good news in here. Like, I'm gonna pay attention. But I'm not going to comment because I got nothing to say.
Tsurugi show is going to hurt. Oh, my God.
What stinks about that is he's not going to come back next tournament, so he's just going to take up a spot.
Yeah, well,
what happens if he pulls out? Then what?
I mean,
I forget.
He's too high up to get
dumped
out.
Yeah.
He's too high. He's way too high. Even if he was 0-15.
So we're going to have some Jurio visitors coming up. For matches.
Probably.
No other way to handle it.
Yeah. Like, even if he would need to retire before the Banzuke came out for it to affect anything.
Oh, okay.
Because once the Banzuke is published, like, you're ranked, you're on that list.
Got it.
And sometimes even...
And that comes out next week?
A week from today. That's why we're doing... Or 2 weeks. We're doing Guess the Banzuke's deadline is a week from today.
Okay.
Which is why we're doing which is why we're doing it now.
Oh, here we go. Just go to Reddit. Reddit will give you what you need.
Oh.
I know Reddit's lame and divisive, but it gives you links.
Reddit gives you everything you want and everything you don't want.
Stunning news. Asashuri reports via his Instagram account of being diagnosed with cancer. I hope to get it over successfully. Cancer, whatever it is. So I have to get an Instagram account and follow all these guys.
The Instagram thing's annoying. You used to be able to just...
I know.
You used to be able to just stare at stuff, but now you do...
You have to sign in for everything.
It got infected by Facebook. It's gone. It's dead.
Let's see. Mitch says, I have Asa and Onosato as the 2 Komasubi. Goose says Crouching Tiger and Maria. That's right. Seek says we find training videos too and post them. I should check that out.
Yeah.
We're not really serious about him retiring.
Yeah.
He was just making the comment that a retirement is the only thing that would affect the Banzuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just an offhanded comment, which if you listen to our show coming up, you'll see that we make a lot of nonsense comments.
Down there. I'm just gonna
just kind of what we do.
Gonna dump him. Oh, Kim Bozon. That sucks. He was doing so well. He gets hurt. And he does so well when he comes back. It's fine. You're 7, 6, 7. You're 6 and 9. How dare-ish.
Oh man, there's a person who makes a comment. My top 3 favorite Ricochet of all time are Tarao, Akebono, and Asashuryu. It's like, man, you're having a rough go of it then. My goodness.
2 out of 3. It's a bad day. That's a bad day. Ura and Mace also rank over the math range.
So, yeah, the whole point of looking that up is that very good chance Hoshuryu's going to have some extra motivation now.
Yeah.
So maybe he will win it for his uncle. He's got to be pretty devastated by it.
When you say rank over the math range for Mace, does that mean he should be 5 or 3? Because... We have,
you read that.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, I'm doing some quick tab overs.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at Reddit.
I mean, I want in on the chat too. I mean, you're chat commander, but I'm like chat deputy.
You feel free.
I'm
to deal with these guys.
No, you're dealing. I'm just peeking.
Yeah, I have to make sure no fights break out because that happens sometimes. Or they put inappropriate Japanese in the chat.
I'm not reading that.
That person's not there right now.
That's fine.
I'm not going to call that person out who did that last time. That was all because of the whole trip to Japan we were talking about.
Koto show. He's going to put him there. Pop one. +1.
So how bad do you think John's picks are, Monster? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Now we have Goose telling us a little bit about his time with Gagamaru. Yeah, that's super cool that you were just chilling with him and going to baseball games. And
Yeah.
I want to go to a baseball game with Gagamaru.
Who was the other guy that was there was another ex-wrestlers, Musashi something? Musashi Maru? No. The announcers said it was Gagamaru, and then they said somebody else whose name I didn't recognize.
I missed that whole
And
part.
there was also a really big guy in the back who's just hanging out around where Gagamaru is. I think it's probably him.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll just give it a minute.
So
should
Gagamaru thinks that Takeda Fuji is very strong, but the best thing is that he's new and he will make Komusubi at best. And it's funny because I'm sure no fans are thinking that. So either Gagamaru is a hard ass or he's spot on. And it could be either. Mitch says, I finally made up my mind on the Maegashira 1-2 situation. Now I need a beer. Thoughts, Goose? Well, I'll tell you, I always worry about injuries, especially with a guy like that. Here he is, blasting people out. It's really exciting. And he gets so hurt he's got to go to the hospital on an ankle. That is not good. That is a bad sign to me. And all these guys are getting beat up way too soon and way too young. So I don't know what his prospects are, but I do worry that if he gets injured, there we go. Another casualty.
Some of him getting injured could have just been the nerves. Could have been
And a little bit of bad luck.
Could have been Takakeisho syndrome, pushing himself too much.
Right. But he didn't even need to. He could have won from the couch.
Yeah, well,
but he didn't know that at the time.
He wasn't going to leave it to the couch.
He shouldn't leave it to the couch.
That's
because then he wouldn't be the right kind of fighter.
Yeah, so
I don't know. If he stays healthy, I think he gets higher than Komusubi. But I'm not predicting any Yokozunas or any new Ozekis because I think all the Ozekis we got.
Thanks, Monster, by the way.
Oh, did you read his, or it should be one of the
I asked him for clarification on where people go. And
so if we just do everything Monster tells you, then
not
everything.
We're not copying homework. We're talking about the answers.
Okay.
This is study club.
Okay.
This
is a study session. Okay.
Study session. Yeah. I don't want to just be mooching the guy. He's got his own legacy to build.
True.
He doesn't need us coattail riders.
True. I'm not riding no coattails.
No coattails. Yeah.
Hoshoryu seems to do best with motivation. Remember when Kirishima got his first title and promotion, Hoshoryu won the next Basho? 100%. That's the kind of guy Hoshoryu is. So this would be the moment for him to really step up and just demolish. But he's got to be careful because sometimes that works against him too. He gets too fired up and he loses on raw passion. Makes a stupid mistake.
Almost all of his losses were just people getting the drop on him. And
some of them were the small dudes.
They were like, hang on. Just look at it.
Mitch says, I have my beer. Time to get back to the grind. Yeah, you better get working on it. I hope we're motivating you. Goose says Yama. Yama was the other.
Oh, Yama. Yeah, so he loses to Ura, Tobizaru, Midori Fuji, and Kotonowaka. So
Kotonowaka is the only one that makes sense.
Right. So
he got Katatsukashi. I mean, come on, dude.
So this is, is this just the little fast people having fun with each other? Does he look past them?
There might have been a little ego there. It's hard to say.
So again, like the loss against Kotonowaka, I'm not worried about that. He gets that back. It's these three down here.
Right. You're gonna go back and forth with Kotonowaka Hoshoryu because they got this thing going.
Yeah. Those guys are gonna be. We're gonna have a decade of those guys at each other's throats.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, but if Hoshoryu can turn these around,
right, he'd be winning the U show.
That's so the big question.
And you gotta hope that like this cancer diagnosis doesn't go the other way for Hoshoryu and doesn't mess him up.
No, in something like this, he'll only go deeper.
He should.
He'll only go deeper.
He should. I mean, just rely on your training. That will get you through, kind of thing. Mike says Microsoft's AI totally fails. In reference to what? Monster says Midori Fuji could be above Takeda Fuji too. Takeda Fuji is the hardest to place.
Yeah.
He could be anywhere from 4 to 6.
The U-Show X Factor.
I think 5 is a safe bet, actually. I want to go with that's the only thing I'm choosing is to give advice on. You can do what you want. Takeda Fuji, Maegashira 5. Mitch, to use Joey bias or not to use Joey bias? Decisions. Must sip beer for good thoughts. Make sure to put it on your Tobizaru pick. Monster says, I haven't included Joey bias in my last few Banzuke. Good to know. That doesn't mean it isn't going to show up at some point again.
Once in a while it hits.
But basically, the other guys should all be pretty much where the math says, except Takeda Fuji, so his placement is the real deciding factor. The math and the standard tiebreakers tell me to place Ono Show ahead of Meisei.
That makes sense.
But I have a hunch to play with using Joey bias to put Meisei ahead. And then Monster's like, oh, that could happen. I put Ono Show over, though. See, these are the two that always want to talk about the Banzuke, Mitch and Monster. So
I'm a little out of my depth with these guys.
Yeah, you guys are like the experts, and John's just like a newbie.
Look, these guys have.
They have like charts and
they've got
a whiteboard, and they're scribbling all the formulas.
They got the Jeff Bezos power yacht, and I have a rowboat.
Yeah,
this is what's going on
with a broken oar.
I get an oar. That's nice of you.
You get one oar.
I get one oar. It's broken.
That's right. It's got a crack right through the center.
I'm paddling with my feet off the back. It's like a kickboard. That's me.
Goose Banzuke prediction: no new Ozeki for 2 years.
That's a hot take. 1 year.
I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. I'm a doomer, though.
Onosato, gonna get you.
We're gonna have to watch his trajectory.
To be fair, Onosato needs that cup.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him have 2 really stellar tournaments, but we still haven't seen him. We haven't seen him yet in Sanyaku with the Sanyaku curse.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, Takeru Fuji is the new hotness, but he is fresh out of the oven. He's a chocolate chip cookies you can't eat yet. You gotta let it sit.
True.
Gotta let it sit.
Talk to Tamawashi about it. Let's see. Tobizaru, I think, is almost guaranteed to be placed at Maegashira 3 West.
West?
Where is he now?
He's east. But Oho's west. Where Oho's going? I don't know.
I don't touch Tobizaru.
Guys, is Oho gonna do a Make hold?
Make hold?
Is he a Make hold? And he wasn't that good.
I felt like the most sumo thing to do would be say, this newbie needs to learn his place. So I have him the meanest promotion at only 6 West. I don't think so. I got to disagree with you, even though you're the expert. I think they're so hype on getting somebody new. Yeah, I know you mean Takeda Fuji. That I think they're gonna give him a 5. They threw the trophy cabinet at him.
Yeah, there.
And then Goose is derailing the conversation with, how do you feel about buyer's equity in a declining market?
Oh dear.
I'm
not a real estate agent. I do not do property advice.
I'll say this. It never hurts you to own properties and hold on to them. You make money in the long run.
I mean, just owning land. I guess.
The land is more valuable than anything else. Now, of course, the house has value, but if you get a property with a significant amount of acres, hold on for dear life. I say no matter what the market's doing, you never go wrong with owning.
It was land.
Yeah. You'll always make money off of something that you own. Unless you can't pay for it, then I'd say don't do it.
Yeah, well, that's where you rent if you can't afford it.
Right, because if the government takes it away from you, well, that sucks.
It ain't nothing then.
Okay, so Monster's drunk.
It's fine.
So he's
the only reason I'm not drinking while doing this is because I gotta get home.
Right.
I gotta drive home.
You have to drive home. So
I'm pretty sure I had a little bit of liquid encouragement every time I've done this.
So when you're at home, you're just like,
well, not. I can't drink like that anymore. I used to be able to.
Yeah, it's tough getting old. Even you're getting old now. Yeah. You used to be the youngin'. Now you're old.
We're just getting old together.
What can you do? Time.
You can't have more than 3 beers. Is what you can do.
You can fast. imagine what it was like, but it can't happen anymore.
Sometimes they'll do sake with the Banzuke just to feel
more authentic.
More authentic. It doesn't help the score. It does not help the score.
It might make you feel better when you read the results.
Maybe a little bit.
All right, let's see. Goose says, "Don't feel bad, John. JJ and I didn't pick any Maegashira 5s."
Oh, I'm having fun with this. Yeah,
this is just for fun. Like, hopefully it is a train wreck, so that when we come on the preview show, we can say, "Hey guys, it was a train wreck."
This is the great like no stakes thing for me. It's just like I'm not good at this. We're having fun hanging out and talking picks.
We needed a reason to have a live stream,
and then like this is like I could be like paraded around town square, tarred and feathered over this thing. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, there's no shame.
We're having fun. I'll throw it in there.
That's what 42 Opinions is about. Like we care about sumo. We love sumo, but we love having fun. So
we have fun. This is a
we can't get offended.
Thank you for your concern though.
All right, let's see. I could see Onosato, Atami Fuji, or Sanayama get hot for a while and get to Ozeki. I don't know what to think about Asanoyama. I just feel like his timer's running out. He should be able to get back to Ozeki, but now he's getting hurt.
Oh, at 4E.
Mitch says, "I wonder if Midori Fuji fighting two Ozeki places him in a Joey adjacent position to maybe be ahead of Takeda Fuji. I think he lands at Maegashira 6. I just don't know what side. I hate the side part.
The East-West.
Yeah. Do you get like a partial point if you pick
half a point for rank without side?
Okay.
Bullseye.
That's fair.
Yeah. Or it's like bullseye's 2 points and then 1 point if you get the rank without the East-West. Problem though is that's like if you pick 6 West instead of 7 East, like that's not a point, even though it's still a half wrong.
That's probably why I kept.
Oh,
gee.
Yeah.
Yep, never doing this again.
Oh, no, it's fine.
No, it's all John.
All right,
Carl says Ura for Ozeki. That would be beautiful and wonderful, and I think everybody would be happy. Mitch says, I have Oho at Maegashira 4 East. Seek says, here's a fun question. If Takeda Fuji goes 13-2 every tourney and wins them all, when would he make Ozeki? When would he make Yokozuna? This is a math problem. This is a word problem.
So he goes 13-2 in May. That puts him in Sanyaku. So then September, November, January, 3 13-2s, which means he's Ozeki in January. Now.
And according to this thing, he wins every tournament in this scenario. So if he just won every tournament with 13-2.
That would be Ozeki in January.
And then that would be Yokozuna in March. May. Yeah, because he'd have to win March. So there you go.
The conversation gets interesting when a 13-2 does not get you the U show. But
if you're
that's not the question that was asked. So
that's right.
It would be a calendar year for Takeda Fuji to be a Yokozuna if he wins every tournament in every year straight.
I think Hoshoryu's gonna find a way to mess with Takeda Fuji. Although once again, with Miyagi-No in the same stable as Powerhouse Isegahama, the punishment to Miyagi-No, he's gonna be able to train Takeda Fuji. He's gonna be able to give him advice. There's some weird power play going on right here.
It's also this weird putting all the chips in the Segahama basket.
Yeah.
So
was this intentional?
From what I've heard, this was a backup plan, and that plan A fell through.
So the question is, everybody's playing chess right now.
Yeah.
And people have made some moves, but it may not work out exactly the way they planned.
I think
like somebody's plan's going to fall apart.
There was I think the initial thing is that they were going to chop meat it, and the wrestlers were going to go to somebody else's stable. Somebody else said, "Nah, good, I'm cool." And then from there, the plan B was to put them all in a Segahama. Now, I think some of that was they were going to split up coaches and wrestlers.
Right, that was the original plan.
Wrestlers were going to walk,
and they didn't want that.
And so they're like, no Hakuho, no Enho, no at least 2 or 3 other people. And so the Sumo Association's just like, we're gonna lose everything if we do this. So.
Oh yeah, because it'll make them look real bad. It isn't just about the wrestlers; it's about the image.
Well, you're also going to lose. You're going to lose Enho. He's a big draw. 2 or 3 other people who are making their way up. Haku Oho probably going to make eyes for the exit. So you're going to lose a lot of top prospects. Haku's probably going to go too.
Right. Well, that's what I think the original plan was, to make it so miserable for him that he leaves on his own.
I wouldn't take it off the table yet.
Right. They still have time.
Again, emphasis. We were talking about things that could happen. The happy path.
We were trying to think best case scenario.
Best case scenario. There's a whole year for another scandal to break out.
Oh yeah, something else will happen, I'm sure. All right, let's see. Anyway. You keep going. We can keep looking at comments. There's so many comments, which is great.
We got emotes in chat. Had a dude on a.
So we're at Midori Fuji's from the same stable, so probably whatever Isagahama says. Joy equals top 16 in Makauchi. Monster says it does help the score. Seek says it feels like Sanyaku after next tourney, then 3 more Ozeki. Maybe 1 more based on circumstances for Yokozuna. I don't know. Mitch says, I used to have a slight adjustment on my Banzuke that I called the Isagahama coefficient, but since he's not in charge, I don't use it anymore.
That was a real thing.
That was a real thing.
Was such a real thing.
It was. It seriously was. Goose says, Taka to Maegashira 1 Basho, Maegashira to Komasubi, Maegashira 1 to Kamasubi, 2 Basho, Komasubi to Sekiwake, 3 Basho, Sekiwake to Ozeki, 4 Basho. That's answering Seek's question. Monster says, I have that for specific wrestlers. Tobizaru always gets a special coefficient. Mitch says, screw it, I'm putting Midori Fuji ahead. Based Mitch. Goose, Kotonowaka next Yokozuna, but Tyranno Fuji needs to retire. It's coming in May. That's my prediction. Seek says, I think they might make an exception on the 2 straight tourneys for Yokozuna if someone won many in a row. Possibly. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever done that. So if they did do that, they might be like, just make him Yokozuna. Crap, another Joey Bias mental debate. What to do with Takanosho? To stay consistent with my logic, or to say F it and do crap at random to make it feel more authentic? Why would he get a Joey bias? It's also a punishment for the audience. We're going to live in a timeline with like 10 Isagahama guys in the top division, and none of them can fight each other. So they're just going to dominate and knock everybody else out. It's such a Japanese thing. Like, there's like a little gang there. I gave Takanosho a maximum demotion because I wanted to give positive bias to Tamawashi. And then we do have many, many emojis from Goose. Mitch says, that's fair. As much as I want to be nice to Tamawashi, do I feel like the Banzuke will show the same kind of generosity? I can't actually see the emoji.
I don't know. It's something on a bike.
Well, yeah. It's a
Gisho
emoji.
Oh, it's on a wheelchair, I think.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm blind, actually.
Yeah, it's tiny. The monitor's far away from me, so
yeah.
Get in there.
All right, so how are we feeling about this Banzuke so far?
Well, I've got everything down.
But now you got to make your adjustments.
Yeah. Put on like that.
I'll just keep reading comments while you're doing your thing. I think Hoshiryu might just make Yokozuna if he wins the tournament with 13 wins or more. Sense. I think Hoshiryu is very close to Yokozuna, but he's still got to show. He's still got to prove himself. He's got too much inconsistency.
It's those 3 losses.
Yeah, and it's always the same 3. It's not the same 3 guys, but there's always 3 losses. Yeah.
That type of loss.
It's like, it's not like he has a couple of guys that have his number. He has a couple of matches that have his number. It doesn't matter who they are.
He figures those 3 losses out. He's there.
Yep.
Though he will be top dog. We're just gonna feel that fire. He got his uncle. He's gonna feel that fire. He's got the knowledge that here comes a couple of hot shots who think they're better than him, firing up the ranks.
Right, he's got a lot of reason to just like fix it.
He's gonna clamp down. It's gonna be good.
Takanosho is number 15 at the top of the Banzuke, which places him in the Joy.
I think they're describing what joy is. Huh?
And then Monster insists that we need to get angrier, and that we're too nice to the guys with big losses.
All right.
I get angry, Monster, but not for that reason. There's other reasons to get angry.
Yeah, Takanosho, he definitely needs to dump down. I had a what I called a double-digit modifier. If you had double-digit wins, you were higher than I think, and if you're double-digit losses, you're lower. Like, yeah. So this is the hardening period. So like everything's in there now. So now I take the pass, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? No. Like this bottom right here is really wishy-washy.
Oh, there's some people wondering about Roga. What are you going to do with Roga?
Bro. He is doorstep right here.
Yeah, he's got to be at the very bottom.
Yeah. So this is the Jurio math, right?
Yeah.
So we have Toki Hayate at the 8 and 7 at Jurio 1E. So does that make him better than Roga? Or is the fact that Roga was already there in the top division? That's what I don't know.
And Tokihate, wasn't he already up here and got dumped down?
He got dumped down. He was part of that group of the 4. It was Kitanowaka, Roga, Toki Hayate, and Shura Naomi. And they all came up together, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, who the hell's Shura Naomi? He's not going to make it. One of those other guys.
Yeah.
And Shura Naomi was the only one who made it.
So Toki Hayate and Roga came up together, so you don't even have like a totally good bias there.
Yeah, so Toki Hayate went up and then was down in Jurio for 2 tournaments. And then Roga bobbered back up. So I think Roga's on death's doorstep one way or the other.
The Banzuke deadline is Monday. So yes, you will have to get your Banzuke in soon.
All right.
It's only Tuesday.
Yeah. So Takanosho, I think I'd agree. He's -3 of them, 5 and 10. He's popped down a little bit. Pop him down a little bit. Nishikigi, that's a big fall from grace. I'll leave him there.
Monster says, I gave him almost max penalty, but put Nishikigi ahead of Shodai.
He put Nishikigi a little further down.
Jason says, I hope that Enho can come back in May and get back to Sekitori status. It's so hard to know how badly hurt Enho is. Because Enho is crazy. And he wants to fight through it. But he hasn't actually fought in some time, so who knows? I'd love it if he could have that comeback that he's looking for. And Monster said the top ranked player once told people this piece of advice. Very good advice. What did I miss? Did you give us the advice? Did I miss the advice? Mitch said, I've done my deviation from my consistency standards. I'd give a max penalty to Nishikigi. I think max penalty should go always to Shodai, even if he has a winning score. That's what I think. I think he should get demoted on a winning score. Mitch says, I placed him ahead of Shodai. I was originally going to do Nishikigi, Shonan, Umi, Shodai in that order, but I didn't want to give any promotion to Shodai by freezing him at Maegashira 10 East. That's the fair thing to do. You are a hater too, Mitch, so I appreciate that hating. Jason, they're not going to have 3 Komusubi because they're not going to have 10 Sanyaku if they can avoid it. Switch to all messages to see it. What, did we miss the advice? You might have to post it again. Zeke says, Enho likely would have retired, but needs one more salary tourney to qualify for retirement benefits. Yeah, and according to the Chris Sumo video, Enho has this vision of getting back to the top division, and he's going to make a comeback and all this. So certainly he does need to stay in for his future, but I think he has aspirations for more than that. But reality might knock him down pretty quick. Yeah, Shodai needs a promotion, so Shonana Umi is screwed. Mitch, yes, Monster, always be a dick to Jurio Rikishi. The 2 of you guys, man. Ugh. That's why I'm debating saving Diamami's bacon. John's just looking at me like,
nope, I know what they're saying.
No, I know you know what they're saying, but you're just looking at me like, what do I say to this? Like,
no, they're on a. It's like when you know like the basics of a language, and then you hear people speaking fluent. You're like, I heard some of those words, and I knew what those are.
right?
Yeah, I don't.
Whereas I'm clueless.
No, well, the Diamami, he's the Makikoshi at the lowest possible rank, and there's just not enough candidates to bump him. The thing, like, if Roga was 6 and 9, I could see them saving Diamami. Mm-hmm. Because they sort of gave him Takeyasu on the last day like a bunch of scumbags. So
yeah, you were really salty over that.
A little salty a little bit. That there's a couple things. I'll forget about it eventually.
Yeah.
Like if I forget about it, then I'll be like, oh yeah, that happened. But
right, you're not ready for that.
Nah, it's still a little raw.
Yeah, it's only been a couple weeks.
It's a couple weeks.
Monster thinks Diamami could be saved.
I don't
know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't save him. If I was the committee, like, you've had your chance, Diamami.
Ooh, that's not.
Enho literally needs one more Sekitori Basho to qualify for Elder Stock. That's why he wants to get back. Yes, that was brought up by Seek, which may be true, but Enho is supposedly living in some sort of fantasy where he wants way more than that. I mean, he's so attached to Hakuho and Hakuho's legacy and wants to prove himself and wants to do big things that I think Enho doesn't want to let go of Sumo anytime soon. Now, he might be forced into it. But, like, that's why he's willing to walk away if they kicked Hakuho out, knowing that he only had one more tournament to get Elder Stock. Like, he would have walked away from the whole thing over his loyalty to Hakuho. So I think he wants to win and stay in Sumo for the same type of reasons. My big holdup is that Tomokaze and Takara Fuji are both relatively popular, so that makes it harder for Diamami on this edge case, in my opinion.
Takara Fuji in particular.
Is Tomokaze popular?
He
is for us.
He is that Cinderella story. I think he's got fans. He's fun. He's a fun sumo guy.
Yeah, and Takara Fuji is extremely like the popular guy, especially with all his Isegahama clout.
I think Tomokaze is not gonna make the jump, but
I don't think he is either. But I could be surprised. I haven't gotten that far to make my promotion demote decisions yet. I have Daimami at Maegashira 17 on the math, but that ties him with like 3 other people. I sort of started pushing John towards doing the bottom. But he already had, like, put everybody in. That's his method. Now he's got to adjust.
I'm looking at it.
Let me look. Let me just give it a gander.
Give it a gander.
Instead of looking at, all this other stuff I'm looking at.
Yeah. The Atami Fuji thing is... There are some things that would...
That throws your whole Banzuke off.
Well, nothing's set,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to do a whole bunch of math again, but do we go with the triple maneuver? I feel like it's a fun risk.
Yeah, why not take a fun risk?
Fun risk. It'll be wrong. It'll be to get no points, but I was gonna get no points anyways. No.
Right,
loss.
we have no expectations for this. If you get 5 or 6 wins, then this was a win.
If I get a 5 and 10, that's better than I would have done normally.
And all 3 I have him tied with are all Juryo wrestlers. Also, Juryo Rikishi can't go above a Makuuchi Rikishi with a winning record. Is that true? That makes sense. But that's an actual rule?
No, well, that does make a certain amount of sense, but...
Yeah, the hierarchical system.
So it'd be like that. Interesting.
All the little details to point out.
Even with the U-Show, though. Victoria with the U-Show.
I'm
moving him around. Maybe let me do a...
If that's true, then he can't go any higher than Nishikigi? I can't see.
Nishiki Fuji would be
Nishiki Fuji. See, I can't read from here. So that would place him at...
Guy's got a cup.
Yeah, but if that's an actual rule, that's an actual
Is
rule.
that a rule or is that a... Or is that rule... Is that his cheat sheet? I mean, his cheat sheet... I mean, maybe it's the same thing. I don't know.
The way he has worded it, and we'll wait for a response, is as if it's an actual rule. If it's an actual rule, then you have to change it.
Let's see. What do we do with this? 8-7. Be like there. Yeah, but then this whole lower section just be all log jammy. Do something like this. Yeah, then he gets all the way up there. It doesn't feel right. Maybe this.
Very true, unless you use a niche rule that if a Jurio wrestler deserves to be at 2+ ranks ahead, you may be able to place him in such a spot. Very situational. And Q Breezy says, it's not a rule, but it's rare. Listen.
Okay.
So I defer to you. As I have been.
I'm trusting in the system.
Let's
Yeah.
Let's go with it then.
I'm trusting the system. That I will be paying close attention to it if I remember though.
Mitch, I'm not going to give Mitorio that benefit so I can be a dick to the Jurio Ricochet.
Oh, there
Just
it is.
because you do it doesn't mean you're going to actually be able to hurt them.
Yeah.
Just on your sheet. I've never seen it happen while I've been doing the Banzuke.
Noted. All right.
I'm going to say this. I don't think they're going to give it to Atami Fuji. I don't think they're going to give him that Komusugi spot.
No.
The only thing that makes me hesitant on that, though, is that where would Daisho go? Like, would he go to Magashira 1 West?
Hang on. Can let's drag everybody down to fill the gap.
Q Breezy said it happened not that long ago. Wish I remembered when. So we got a discrepancy in the chat as to whether or not.
All right.
So we'll ignore that for now. Question of.
All right. Yeah. Here's the gut. Tommy Fuji, in or out?
I don't think they give it to him.
Out.
I think he's out.
It's going to be Onosato and Asanayama, and then
Yeah.
Wakamoto Haranabe.
Yeah, I think so.
Is the choice.
It's so clean that way.
It is clean.
They like clean.
They do like clean.
I don't see them wanting to have 3.
Don't want the game.
I think they want 2 or 4. When they have to do 3, they have to do 3, but I don't think Atami Fuji did enough for 3. I think maybe Atami Fuji gets Magashira 1 West, but then I don't know where Daisho goes.
Yeah, well,
that's Daisho's throwing the whole thing off.
You understand what they were saying before now.
I do.
You're getting. You see?
I'm starting to catch it now.
Starting to get it.
Yeah, like what the heck do you do with the man?
What are you gonna do? All right, so I'm gonna.
So you're gonna have to think about that.
I'll go with. I'm very. I'm sort of just gonna go where I'm gonna tack into this wind, see where it blows. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime, I'm just gonna carefully drag. I don't know. Get over there.
Nature does not hurry yet. Everything is accomplished.
I'm just gonna carefully drag everybody from the bottom up. There are a couple of things like this. Ichi Yamamoto now he's a 1. I'm like, okay, that feels better.
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit
there's
more.
There's a couple things. Oh, Sada Naomi only gets a half. Oh, hang on.
Well, he's a veteran.
Well, he only gets a half rung up like this though. It's a bit rough.
Well, somebody's gonna get roughed.
Let's see.
I'm feeling Matorio at Magashira 13 East. Where do you have him at?
13 East.
So,
Got it.
Mitch agrees with you.
Got it.
And the monster says same. So I don't know if he's saying same to Matorio or if he's saying same to taking Atami Fuji out.
Well, I'm committing to it, so it's gonna happen.
And if I'm wrong and I tank your whole thing,
it was already tanked. Keep
true.
that in mind.
Yeah, there's no saving it.
There's the concept of somebody air quotes ruining my picks
is impossible.
Everybody, it's witness as to what I was doing beforehand. Everybody was like, no.
Well, my favorite comment was, Monster saying to Mitch, "Are you watching this right now?" That's so funny.
All right, so
many things could be meant by that.
I don't like doing that to Kim Bozan. Wanna? He's so good. All right, hang on.
I don't like this idea of freezing Churnano Umi, but I'm gonna do it to fulfill the role of being a dick to Oshoma, Jurio guy. You see, Mitch is a professional hater. He hates in a way that very few can do. He's perfect for the channel.
Takumi's already too high. We'll just keep doing this. Yeah. Then we're getting some nice round numbers when we do it this way.
Okay. Go with the feeling. I froze turn on Umi because Juro Rekishi have no rights. Goose is throwing random philosophies out there. Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Don't know.
We're
we have no patience.
Well, this is the goal was to just whip this up and fire it off. That's
the goal.
That's the goal. Just get all of it done live, and then it's just live or die by what we've done.
Exactly.
That's
Now, Mitch, you say this isn't a hater comment, but this is the most hater comment I've ever seen. This isn't really a hate, but a monster said, Juro Rikishi have no right and deserve to be treated like manure. That is the biggest hater comment I think I've ever seen. I want to give you a trophy because without you, I just wouldn't, this channel wouldn't be the same.
I'm going to check this over now. I'm giving this one more look. Terunofuji, check. Hoshoryu, check. Kotonowaka, check. Takakeso, check. Kirishima, check. Wakamoto Haru, check. Abi, check. So, off the gate, I've got 7 points. 7 out of 42.
How in the world did I not get the top points last time I did this?
Here. When you go over and you're doing the entry form, you've got to put these to none.
That's what I must have
Gotta
done.
go like this.
Oh, that's probably what I did.
Like this.
Ugh. You should not have to do that.
You put it in an envelope and you're sending it out.
All right, so Monster says it's okay because in 2 months they will officially have rights. I mean, this is true. This is true that they don't have rights.
There we go.
That's very true. They will soon have some rights. Jurio Rikishi have more rights, though. It's like the Makushita guys and below her that have nothing. Jurio guys at least get paid.
Yeah, they got the salary, get fan clubs, they get the silk mawashi.
Yeah, so they have
They get the
some.
aprons.
They get, I think they get to hold the babies too. Jurio guys.
Jurio guys will typically fill in for top division people on the Jungyo.
Yep.
They'll bring in the unwashed when they're local boys.
That too.
So if they're doing a circuit and, here's Makushita 12, but they're going into his hometown, they'll bring Makushita 12 along.
Exactly. Like,
And
you hang out here in case somebody wants to see you.
Want to see. And then what will happen is that then they bring them up for drills and they just pummel them in front of their hometown audience.
I know. What a horror show.
Scotty.
Get up. Kick him.
Kick them. We're pantomiming kicks in like perfect sequence.
Why is Miyogiru there?
Why is Miyogiru there?
They don't believe he's going to be spared.
Why? Yeah, man.
Well, now, with the way you have it set up, it doesn't make sense. The bottom part of the Banzuke is going to be kind of hairy.
Yeah, well, that's always the case. So,
yeah, the bottom is always.
Yeah, there's 4 down and 4 up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's Shimazu Umi, Kitanowaka Endo, and then Dayamami is the...
Right, Dayamami's the one that's questionable. Mitch is like, Miyogiru is going to be losing his rights. I don't know. Come on, we're talking Saitama Sakai, veteran. Who are they gonna put in his place?
So Kitano Waka is 3-12. Shimazu Umi is done. And then Endo has double-digit losses. And then Diamami's is right there. Like, so this is the pivot. You would be giving up Miyogiryu for Tomokaze.
Oh.
That's the hinge.
I don't know. I feel like you said earlier, if he had gotten 10 wins, yeah. But a 9-6, I could see them putting him in Churio 1.
This is the Tomokaze.
He could easily take Tokei Hayate's spot.
I'm thinking that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
Be right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
know.
Not to brag, but Gagamaru gave me a Shikona. Goose Manoyama.
I
like it.
Beautiful.
I hope you're gonna still be able to talk to Gagamaru like when you go home. Like you guys can like text and stuff. How's his English? See, Mitch is hating hard. I'm glad you're here to see this live. I feel dirty giving the dirt.
I do read the chat after the fact. I'll go through. That's why sometimes I'll send you a message and be like, the chat's not ready. I haven't watched the video yet.
Right. It's not the same experience.
I wait for the chat to be there because half of it is like, for the most part, like I'll know what you're going to say, or I can like predict how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. So it's the back and forth that I'm like, okay, what's the vibes going on in the tournament right now?
Right. So Mitch says, I can't even read it because it's just funny. I feel dirty giving the dirty. I can't read it, Mitch. Everybody's reading it.
Hang on. I feel dirty giving the dirty, cheating bastard Ryuden some kindness on my Banzuke. There you go.
Oh, man. I wish I could hear you say this out loud, Mitch. I don't know why that's so funny. Maybe
dirty, cheating bastard.
Maybe it's the fact that it's almost 11 p.m.
Maybe.
But that was funny.
Well, we knew. Also, this is another thing about me not showing up to these, is that we knew it was going to go late because we just have too much fun.
Yeah. That's why we do 3-hour shows.
Yeah.
Did you see the comment about, hey guys, that was a great movie? Well, you know what it was. And he listened to us at 1.5 speed. And he's like, and then it was like a regular show. Huh? So, hey guys, there's a tip.
We have timestamp. You put the timestamps in.
Not that one, I didn't.
Oh, no?
Yeah, because we posted it so late. So I put in intro and Takeru Fuji. So there's only 2 timestamps. Oh,
okay. I didn't know.
But typically
that.
I do. So Goose is chilling with Gaga on Instagram, which is cool because he knows you personally, so he'll actually respond to your messages. All right. I'm 100% riding off the hard work of Dallas Sumo Club. They are legends. Give them love. Absolutely. Shout out to Dallas Sumo Club. Check out their YouTube channel. Check out the Rollertown Amateur Sumo event that they just did 4 days ago or so. It was very fun. It was very cool. All the people looked chill that were hanging out and watching the thing. Very technical, high energy, unexpected for amateur sumo. Like my expectations of it.
Yeah, anyway. we were discussing going to it because we were like, there's the ones that we knew about.
Yeah.
And then as a result of watching the Dallas Sumo Club, now I know that there's like 8 that at least have badasses.
Yo, tell people to come to New York. Is it so bad? It is bad here. So.
Well, we were talking because the USA Sumo Nationals, that's in San Francisco.
Yeah, all the cool things happen in California, like for sumo.
And so, like, I know we were talking, we're like, California, it's a longer plane trip, it's a crappier journey, but like, then it would be like, that's the best of the best. And like you'd be able to rub shoulders with whoever comes over from the mainland.
Like if Hiro comes over or something.
I don't know, the energy at that Dallas place. Like
and you could like really hang out there.
That's the thing.
You can't hang out at the California one.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure it's that similar atmosphere, but like
it's like the difference between going to like a little con and going to Otakon.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the little con.
Yeah. So like I was like while I was watching the Dallas, I was like I could see myself there.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to go to Texas.
You watch the Sumo Nationals and you started just like, I'd still love to do it maybe one day.
Yeah.
One day, but I don't know.
I'm going to go to Ireland and watch sumo. I'm going to go find John Gunning someday. He's my favorite.
Vastly positive opinion from watching that Dallas Sumo fight.
Yes. So you guys should check it out if you want to
There's
check
a-
out some between
It's
sumo
online.
stuff.
Kind of fighting with who to get the final 2 spots to. Yeah, well, I'm looking at this. It's, there's a couple, maybe not, but if we're doing the
If we're trying to submit live,
yeah, I mean, probably the biggest thing I don't think I ever would have pegged is that Jiryo people can't go above top ranked people with a Kachikoshi. I don't think I ever would have figured that out without chat. And then there's some good stuff about the math that it's good to know. I think I'm just gonna this is gonna be my line in the sand, and this is just because I like Miyogiryu. I don't want him to go.
I think you're right.
But
I don't think they're gonna give it to Tomokaze.
well, here's the thing. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna bet my chips on the wrong horse on this one. Gonna hold with it, and like we're Tomokaze fans here.
Yes,
We're diehard Tomokaze fans, but I don't want Miyogiryu to go. He
Right.
goes down to Juro.
he may never come
I
back.
don't think he comes back up.
Yeah, he's
will-
just at that point in his career.
Like I'm already looking at that with Tsugisho. I don't want it.
Monster is saying you need to punish Shigegisho more for being injured, so that he should be in a lower spot.
Oh man, he's
Where is he?
here. He's right here. He was where was he? He was 6. I guess that makes sense. That would be. I could just. These numbers are weird. Then
I'd leave it.
it makes sense. That sort of makes sense.
Nope, you're making sense. They got Shigegisho at Maegashira 15 East, which is Miyogiru's spot.
15 or 17?
15. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yes, 15.
15.
I'm looking at Miyogiru's old spot. I'm looking at his rank, even though he's sitting in the 17 spot. So they got him kicking Ryuden down.
Oh, this is why he was saying cheating bastard Ryuden is
Yes.
generous.
Yes. I thought Tsurugisho at 15 East would be my most controversial choice, but you and Spiffy both did it too. So 3 people put him. Then you're copying everybody.
I don't want to.
Well, you could put him at 15 West to be spiteful. But then who... This is why I hate Guess the Banzuke. I hate it. I thought I would love it. I hate it.
No, this is again.
You
this,
make one move, you gotta change
everything
everything.
else moves around.
It's like a puzzle that sucks.
You're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And then you get it to a point like this right now. It's just like,
It looks so good right now.
Well, the Jenga tower is shaking a little bit, but like it's standing, and you look at it, you're like, I need to move another block. You're like, oh god.
And Goose has said that
Yes.
Dallas puts on a very good after party, and he'll be at the next one. So we should come to the next one, which will probably be a year from now.
Non-committal.
Yes, I commit to nothing.
Non-committal. I'll say that before I watched that amateur sumo thing, it was a 0% chance. I'm like, oh yeah, they can go have fun.
Right.
Now I'm watching it, I'm tempted.
It's just like going on the show.
Well, we knew this was gonna happen eventually. We just
Yeah.
needed a good reason.
Like you said, you hide, I pull you out.
Yep. Anyway, all right.
So,
All right. So do we? So they're proposing.
swapping.
Well, they're proposing a dozy do. So this goes like this. This goes like this, and then this goes like this.
Well, that's better than a lot of other changes you'd have to make.
I mean, I already did it, but
All right, well,
I don't want to.
now it's done.
I don't want to do this.
Mitch says, I want to place him lower, but I can't conjure up a reason to do it logically. There is no choice. This is putting Ryuden at Maegashira 14 West.
Oh.
Oh, Goose wants to compete with hater stuff.
Oh.
Wakatake Kage never makes Makauchi again. Kirishima drops Ozeki under new coach. Enho retires. Issei Hamabea crumbles under Terano Fuji Oyakata.
Ooh, these are some hot takes.
Whoa. That's some.
Waka comes back. I don't think he gets...
Well, here's the problem. A lot of people are saying the reason Wakataka Kage, like if you look at his tournament, he's doing great and then he falls off. He might not be healed enough. He went into it not
a little too early.
A little too early, and if he hurt himself enough, like he is screwing himself. So there is concern there.
Interesting.
I could see why he would throw that one out there. I could see Kirishima dropping Ozeki too, but I don't think it'll happen.
If he drops it, he'll get it back.
Enho, that retirement is coming.
Coin flip.
Isegahama Bea will never be the same once Isegahama retires, no matter who takes it over. So, like, the powerhouse will change. I don't know if it'll crumble, but it'll change. So there's some little tidbits of truth in all of there. It might not go so doomer, but there's some tidbits of truth in each of those statements.
I'll admit it's all hope for Wakataka Kage for me, but I think guy was an Ozeki candidate.
I hate injuries. Have I said that enough lately? Ugh. I just want to break something now. Cut this table in half. All right, I gotta get out. I'm getting angry. I gotta get out of my hater mode.
We're fine.
These haters in the chat, man.
Look at this. I think we're in the hardening phase. Give one last look.
All right, let's take a
One
look.
last look.
My cell phone has gone into bedtime mode.
Yeah, it's past 11.
I was like, why is it black and white? Oh, yeah. I've made my final two decisions. Freeze Diamame and give Takara Fuji the final spot. Tomokaze to stay in Juryo. I like what you've done at the bottom.
Yeah. I'll give them Tsurugi show. Again.
How could your dad hate Takara Fuji? What is there to hate about Takara Fuji?
That's interesting. What did he do to him? What Takara Fuji?
There's nothing Takara Fuji does that's hater worthy.
Oh, well.
But I hate Takeru Fuji because it becomes very confusing.
That algorithm.
I'll give you that.
Give him that. It's the Niski Kigi Niski Fuji thing.
Yeah,
They just do rock paper scissors and one of them has to change.
Yeah, agreed. But Takara Fuji's on his way out the door, so before you know it, Takeru Fuji will be the only name that's remembered.
Yeah, I mean it'll just be nice to see Takara Fuji back.
I want him back.
He'll be back at least one more.
Yeah, he's gonna fight on at least for Teruno Fuji's sake.
I think he retires like the day after.
Oh yeah, it's like let's go out together, man.
Yeah.
They got enough people in there. I'm gonna put Isegahama, and I don't know what that says. Customato's brains together and some flesh monster to create the perfect coach.
Oh, Dad picked Takara Fuji and Kachi clash. Okay. He bet on the wrong horse.
Oh.
That'll make you hate the horse.
Okay, that's fair. At least you came up with something rational.
Mm.
I like, rational hatred.
It's whatever.
You shrug your shoulders.
Alrighty. Alright, I'm there. Getting us one last look. One last look. Takayashi looks a little high. I'll give it to him. Goniyama's got nowhere else to go. It's about as high as we can get with that.
Which would make the Takayasu one seem right.
Do I swap those two?
Gonoyama and Takayasu?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I could see that actually.
It feels a little better for Takayasu. I don't want to give him too much pressure.
Yeah.
Takayasu.
See, I didn't know that, Goose, but that makes sense. I was like, it's got to be a coach and something that I don't watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. Goniyama's ready for the blender. If Takayasu was if he was making sure 4, he gets that cup maybe.
Yeah, I think I agree with that swap.
At 3, at 2 he had no chance.
Mitch says you have Daisho too high. That was the one we've been struggling with. We already said Daisho's screwing everything up.
You could possibly do this. I wouldn't put.
I think I'm good with that.
This or the way it was.
Because we were gonna put him in Komusubi.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense. I don't think Daisho would go any lower than that.
No. I wouldn't put him at a 1.
I think that might be might be good.
As it is, putting him at 1 East feels like where should belong. But yeah, you're right. I was.
I mean, yeah, we contemplated Komusubi, so I don't think
okay.
him passing him would be
here
that.
to Umi's fine. Bless him. He's good. Get out of it.
Finally.
Get it. Get it. Goniyama looking good. Takayasu good. Tobizaru. It's as high as you can go.
2 hours to my 15-hour flight to Sydney, 2-hour layover, 2-hour flight home. That stinks. See, this is why I just drive places I want to go. I don't like airplanes. The only exception I will make is the day that I travel to Japan, whenever that's going to be.
Those days it's like a 12-hour flight.
Yeah, and that's if you can get all the right connections and there's no layovers and.
Well, maybe a 12-hour flight from the place that goes to Japan.
Yeah.
So like whenever one of the big hub cities goes to Japan.
Yeah. All I know is that
however long to get to that hub city is then on top of that.
The priest at my church was trying to go to Vietnam, and oh man, it took days. There's just so many reroutings to other countries and delays, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna get to Japan anytime soon.
Can't drive over the ocean.
Get a boat, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like when it's over the water.
Yeah.
Taking a cruise though.
Cruise might not be you'd have to have nothing go wrong. We're sort of talking about a field trip right now.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get your own private yacht, so it's just you and your friends.
Yeah, like if you need to, you need some. Yeah, there's not real passenger ships, are there?
No.
It's not a thing.
Back in the way back
machine.
machine.
That's what the Titanic was.
Yeah.
Luxury travel.
Because
thing.
the only way you traveled really was by boat. So they had all sorts of boat options. There's pirates too, though. Like now, there's always been pirates, but there's been a lot of pirate activity. So might want to be a little careful about that. Yeah, you're like, I'm not getting on a boat anyway.
I did a cruise once, and I'm like, I don't know. If you ever want to get scared out of your mind.
Yeah, I've never been on a cruise, and I don't know that I...
Just go out onto the deck of the cruise ship at night. When you're in the middle of the water, it is black all around you. You look over the deck, and you're like, you fall in, you're done.
You realize how, insignificant you are.
Insignificant. And you've had a few drinks because they're all pretty.
I couldn't handle that.
And then you look down, you just have an existential crisis. Don't do that. Just have fun. Stay on the ship.
That's right. That's right, Goose. That's right.
Anyway.
And Monster says, I don't know. He could be Maegashira 1 to Maegashira 2.
Daisho, probably.
I think we're good.
All right, let's see. Here to
I'm feeling good about this.
That's about where he is.
We'll talk about the field trip on the next live stream, and I think it is going to have something to do with getting our own boat. Mitch, if I wanted to be a strict math decision maker, he would be over-demoted and land at Maegashira 3, but I know that will almost never happen.
I feel,
there's too much overthinking.
I feel, with the 6 and 9, my vibes, if you're 7 and 8, you're just Kamasuba, who cares?
Right.
6 and 9, they just kick you out of Sanyaku, but then you're right there. But then
you have Atami.
But then we look at Nishikigi, when she gets that double digit on him, it's just free fall. At that point, Sanyaku...
They can do whatever they want to.
Sanyaku no longer saves you when you get that double digit loss, and then you're just going to fall as if it wasn't there. So Daisho... Also Daisho, he had the Ozeki runs. This could just be a little lapse. And when Wakamoto Haru fell, it was just right there.
Death.
Just right there. This is my thinking. I'll be wrong. It's fine. I'll be wrong.
Monster says, I was going to say who has the money to go on a cruise, but did you say there are free drinks? If there's not free drinks, there's no point.
There depends on the cruise. I know the package that I was looking at, you base it. It wasn't free drinks per se, but you add on an extra X number of dollars, and then you don't pay for drinks.
Right, you just go up and get
You just go up and get a drink, and so at that point, then
you're just prepaying.
You're basically prepaying, so you don't have to worry.
Prepaying for unlimited drinks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good in the sense that if you think you would... I mean, we already talked about it, our age. 3 drinks is good. No, Goose, we're not doing a Banzuke, actually. We're just talking about sumo and pretending to do a
We're
Banzuke.
almost there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that. Tobizaru is verse we can go. Urizuke, Oho. 7 and 8. That's maybe like I'd have to swap him with Tobizaru, and then that's not gonna work. There's
Don't swap him. Tobizaru always gets the favorability.
Yeah, it is. Ono Show. This is the math pick.
Yes, math is king right now, except for Sanyaku, Juryo, and Tais. In the past, the math was less reliable, but the current committee is closer to the math. Agreed on that. The headache is that mathematically he goes to Maegashira 2, but there are 4 Rikishi that deserve to be Maegashira 1, and they're not all going to push him down. Math Banzuke, Dork.
Vibes Banzuke.
Yeah, who wants to sit around and be math Banzuke when we can just be chill?
Again, we're giving this a try. We're going to go and look at the...
Math tastes good.
I can understand the math. I'm a spreadsheety kind of guy. I get that.
I think the winner this time is going to be who gets all the tiebreakers correct and who gets Maegashira 1 and 2 correct. Fair point.
All right, so we're going to leave Oho where he is. It's a little bit more, but it's fine. Ono Show, we'll see.
He had a couple good wins, Oho did, so.
Oh, I tell you, that 7 and 8 at Oho was one of the most impressive things to come out of that.
Right,
March.
so it's given him a little higher up.
Yeah, there's really sort of their point. Like you have this big dog pile. It's just pushing down.
Exactly.
Nowhere to go. Get that 8 and 7, and they can't move you. All right, Onosho's fine. Meishi's fine. Midori Fuji's fine. I mean, Takeru Fuji is just gonna be somewhere up here.
Right, and that's just our guess for where he's gonna be.
Where he fell. Takeumi,
Yeah, I agree, Monster. Whoever gets Takeru Fuji in the right spot will be in the top placers.
Yeah, probably.
I completely agree because their whole Banzuke will be revolving around that.
Takeumi's maybe a little bit of a favor, but
he has Oho and Ura flipped.
Thinking.
I don't know. Because he's Maegashira 1 East. He has one more loss. He's got a 2-spot advantage on him. I wouldn't swap him.
I'm leaving.
Banzuke committee hates Oho. He can't win a timebreaker versus Ura. I'm feeling good with him at Maegashira 6 West.
I see.
So he actually agrees with your Takeru Fuji pick.
Might have been his idea to begin with.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Takeru. I think I put Takeru.
You had him in 5.
Yeah, I had him up there somewhere. I literally threw him up there just because I knew he was going to be this high. Just dump him in at Takeumi, Koto Sho. Koto Sho was getting a little bit of a leg up, but let me see.
Somebody's got to though. I mean, you got to guess on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like look at all this.
Who gets benefit?
Look at all this red.
Yeah.
So he sort of just there's a little bit of a vacuum going on right there.
Right.
Sucking back in. The thing is also like if I were to swap this would give Tamawashi and Makakoshi hold. I don't think he deserved it.
No.
I don't think he deserved it. He did. I mean, he's doing pretty well for
his age.
Yeah. Yeah, better than I would. God, he's older than all of us. God.
They're both in the Joey, both on the East, and Oho has one more win. The rules should have Oho going ahead. It was my idea and Mitch's idea, and formerly Sumo Spiffy's idea, but he changed his mind.
All right. So we're gonna be nice to Koto Shoho.
Whatever, guys.
Tamawashi.
We're at the end of this. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up.
Takano Show.
We're not going for another hour, so don't get any ideas. These guys can go all night.
Go on. Shodai. Sure.
Oho also gets the Kinboshi brownie point. Yes, he will get the Kinboshi brownie point. He had a pretty good tournament for that 7 and 8. I
mean, really, him getting pushed at all is just because of how top heavy everything else is.
Right.
Like, I mean, because you've got all this going on. It would have been a nightmare if you got an 8 and 7. Where are you going to even go? Shodai. Shonanaomi, sure. Kimbo's on, that sucks, but that's what it is. Nishikigi just ended up there.
That's your deciding place.
Sada Naomi, getting this weird squish here. Hokuto Fuji, unfortunate. Ichi Yamamoto, it's okay. Nishiki Fuji, sort of shoved up by this pile. Mitoryu is as high as you can go, which makes sense. Oshoma's gonna bypass these people with his double digits. Chiranaumi, okay. Ryuden, okay. Shurugisho, I'm just gonna stick with that. Toki Hayate, I'm thinking these two guys are just gonna be leaning on Roga Myogiryu, and just gonna have Myogiryu being there at the bottom.
Yeah, agreed, Mitch. The Banzuke committee is never consistent. And if they throw somebody else in there, some new guy, then there's some new bias in there. We're just going with it.
All right.
I think this is the winner.
We're gonna
We gotta call it, man.
Horseshoes.
Nobody likes Oho. I bet they're doing it on purpose. Somebody likes Oho. They just don't like him as much as they could like him.
I'm almost at liking Oho.
He needs one more.
He is so close. He is closest now than he's ever been.
Yes.
Because he has that Hoshoryu Slayer moment. He has the 10-1 moment, and then he keeps falling apart. Goes back to forgetting how sumo works. But then
everybody forgets about him again.
But then that's 7-8. Like this is the thing. Like that is just like pure hard work.
Yeah.
And we were like he's gonna get dumped out of this top 5, and he's just like, nah, sticking around with these killers. This is what's gonna be a real thing though, because now he's got all this. He's got Takayas, he's got Takeru Fuji, he's got Onoshi. Everybody's coming at him from all angles.
I still can't believe that anyone would hate the grandson of Taiho. People are haters, Mitch.
Impossible.
There might even be some haters in this chat.
All right, here we go. We're doing it.
All right, let's do it.
We're transcribing. People
don't make any mistakes in the transcription.
We gotta be careful.
I've done it.
I'll use 2 monitors for this, but I'm gonna do the one so that people
you're stuck with my setup.
That's fine. It's fine. Got Hoshoryu right there.
I'm not fancy around here.
Hoshoryu. It is a setup thing. It's a desk thing.
Yeah, it's how you set your whole thing up.
One of our friends, though, he has the over-under thing.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
So,
can you, like...
No, it's a stand.
Oh, okay.
And then he put the third monitor, like, just over on the wall randomly, so he can...
Like this?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like that. So he's got 3
So there is another monitor here.
So he's got 3 monitors.
This freaking sideways shmup monitor.
That's not tied into the computer.
But that's why that's here, is for shmups.
Yep. Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yep. That's how he rolls.
Knowing who put the monitor there, everything
makes sense.
Everything makes sense.
You know, honestly, all of this setup is his setup, and I just use it.
Yeah. Hey.
The microphones are mine.
There we go.
Let's see. Sumo is so cool. That's right, Goose. Nobody leaves Sumo because of the scandals. Not yet. If Hakuho isn't kicked out, you can't leave. Well, you can leave, but you have to keep listening to 42 Opinions. Except for he's Taka Toriki's son, and the JSA's official stance is F that guy. Well, what can you do? I like to think I'm a hater, but I'm leagues behind Mitch. It's true.
Don't compare yourself to others.
Mitch is a professional, though. Monster's been training under him. There's a mentorship program that's been going on. So that's why Oho always gets screwed.
All right. Wakamoto Haru. We've got Abi, Onosato, and Asanayama.
Maria, put the photo I sent you of me on the stream. I have not previewed it, so I can't.
Is that him in the Mawashi?
Yeah, I don't know if...
I mean, you just go on the Dallas Sumo's...
is it the same one you sent me?
No,
okay.
But like Goose is just running around the Mawashi. He's behind the desk for a little bit.
Oh, you know more about it than I do.
Dude, I was into that. I still gotta finish
It's
it.
on the Discord. I'm in a Mawashi.
He's probably like got the pose going. I haven't seen it.
I'll put it in the thumbnail. instead of Banzuke to be you in a Mawashi. How about that? You want me to make it the thumbnail for this live stream? Because I'll do it. Only with your permission.
Tommy Fuji.
People will be like, "What is going on?" I have to click on this.
Just bunch of people having fun here to me. Why is this Gonoyama?
Monster said, "Do it." I'm waiting for permission. If Goose says I can make his picture the thumbnail, I'm going to do it. I don't think the JSA has ever given someone the heave-ho and then not said F that guy, especially since Takatariki talks mad crap on the JSA on YouTube. Well, they probably don't like that. I'm imagining Chris Sumo is not very popular with Japan either, the Japanese Sumo Association. I'm sure they know about his channel.
Well,
There's honestly, I could be wrong. I think Hakuho has a channel to him. Like there was
maybe, but I think the thing is that
it seemed very possible that Chris was speaking on behalf of Hakuho who could not. Whether that was a direct request or like through some channel.
At best, I'm thinking this is like a super PAC thing.
Maybe.
But
yeah, it might not be so direct, but there was some intention behind. There was some intention. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe I'm just like weary of journalism in general. I think everyone has a motive.
They usually do.
I suppose I have motives too, but I haven't figured what they are
Scroll down
yet.
all the way for this guy. Metakiumi. Gotta put him somewhere, I guess. He's still in the Banzuke. Good show. There you are.
Excuse me.
Slow and arduous process. Tama, where are you? There you are.
This is going to be like our longest live stream ever, which is cool.
Yeah. Takano show.
Most likely, Chris is not exactly universally loved by the English world either. I appreciate the up-close looks, but I feel like his reporting can be very slanted at times. Well, it's like all journalism, is the way I look at it. Part of the reason you go into journalism is to give your point of view. There's very few, like, I'm coming in just to be neutral. Everyone's coming in with a purpose.
Some of his early stuff was pretty neutral. That's sort of,
Yeah.
I think, what may have colored some people on Chris Sumo.
Right. Like, there's the before Chris blew up and the after Chris blew up. Like, we were following him before anybody knew who he was.
I remember when he was sitting in front of the camera reading
newspapers and translating them
to us. That was the OG days.
Right. And then he, like, started trying to transform it. And, technically, John, we're YouTubers.
Technically,
yeah. Like, we only do one little podcast, but we're technically YouTubers. And the reason I bring that up is to get YouTube's attention, you kind of, if you decide, like, that's going to be your career, you push yourself in certain directions. So maybe that was not Chris's intention, and that's just where he got dragged into.
He wanted to do this. I know he's had a lot of doors shut in his face. And that'll
make you do that too.
That'll affect you.
Monster says he's a tabloid guy, but beggars can't be choosers. And Mitch says fair enough. And Chris's footage is A+. That's the thing. Like, you may not like his opinion, but man, he gives you stuff that nobody else is going to give you in the English speaking world. So it's like you sort of just take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Again, back in the day, he just gave you what it is, and it was just pure.
Right, like, this is what's happening.
This is what's happening, and it was just pure enthusiasm. His channel grew. He tried to grow and do things.
Got a little jaded.
Got a lot jaded. And that's when the problems started.
That's why John and I will not make a career of this YouTube thing. It's like, we don't need jadedness. Just have fun.
This being any sort of a financial...
would be terrible.
No.
All the fun would be gone, and we'd be like, why are we doing this?
By the way, if someone writes us checks, we'll reconsider. We're very malleable.
Yeah, like, just give us enough money and we'll change our mind.
I have a price. It's a rule of acquisition. Every man has his price.
That's right, but it had to be discussed behind closed doors.
Yeah, please.
Trashing on journalists pleases me always, says Monster. Everything else, Chris, I sleep. I think... there's a missing word in there, but I'm not sure.
No, that's the meme.
Oh. I'm getting tired now at 11:30, so my brain is
11:30.
Yeah, it's 11:30.
Damn it.
You're never going to do this again. You have to go to
I'll do it again.
You have to go to work tomorrow.
Well,
but you knew this was going to happen.
yes, I knew this was going to happen.
So not
the
surprised.
The good, the
You've seen what happens when I do live streams.
Yeah.
I can never leave when I want to leave. And this is like actually a monumental task.
Nishiki Fuji, Vitoryu. Oh, Shoma. So Shoma, the guy who's bullying people and didn't get in trouble.
Didn't get in trouble, and now we have these problems with Hakuho, so people are going to be looking at Oshomo. See, the Japanese press isn't too happy about the Hakuho thing either, so that's going to make things messy. They're not going to let that go. You're going to see a true sumo battle outside of the Mawashi. It's going to be fascinating to see who comes out on top. I'm here for it. I'm not glad that it's happening, but I want to see if he can overcome. Oh no, Mitch. He says at least you won't have to go to work in like 4 hours. You have to go to work in 4 hours?
That's rough.
Sorry, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us instead of sleeping like you should be doing.
Bam.
Are you in a totally different time zone? See, I've lost track of who's not in our time zone.
There you are. And
I was pretty jealous when I was at the Salt City show. And Goose is like, yeah, I'm going out to dinner. And I'm like, ugh, I just got to go back to bed.
Depending how late it goes, let me just stay up.
Hey, I thought Hokuseiho retired. Why is he back in the top division? You didn't pick Hokuseiho, did you? What is he saying?
Maybe I did. I got it. Where?
What?
Hang on. Well, I figured I'll get back him. All right. So. All right.
Let's see.
Turn to Fuji.
Oh no, Mitch is in our time zone. I've always wondered what it would
Shoryu,
look like to see someone get a round of booze at the sumo arena.
Tanawaka, Takakesho, Kirishima, Akamoto Haru.
Man, you must have a
Abe,
crazy job if you have to get up and
Sada.
work.
Night shift. Chami Fuji.
Makuuchi finishes at 7 p.m. in Brisbane, Australia. They got the nice little 4 to 7 for sumo.
It's basically the same time zone as Japan.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead of Japan, I think. That's lame, man.
Not bad.
It makes sense though. They're like neighbors, basically.
Yeah, well, then they get
Australian.
funnel web spiders, so that's fine.
Yeah, I don't really. There's some creatures in Australia that I'm afraid of. I have some friends in Australia though. Maybe I'll meet them someday. Hokuseiho is right there next to Mitoryu. What?
It's Hokuto Fuji. Yeah, I'm doing my final checks.
Hello, K Bunny. I hope you didn't just come on because we won't be on much longer. I hope you've been here the whole time and just saying hello to us. I drive the newspaper. Got to get them to the post offices. Yep, that's why you got to get up early.
Yeah.
That's an early morning job.
Sure is. Konoyama, Takayasu, Tobizaru, Ura,
Monster, Hokuto Fuji, LMAO.
Honor Show.
Mongolian bullying scandal, light blue Mawashi. That's Hokuseiho in disguise. You can't fool me. I wonder what Hokuseiho is going to do with the rest of his life.
Dori Fuji.
He's so young.
Takeda Fuji.
Just finished work. Did I miss the stream? Yes, K-Bunny, I'm sorry. We've been going for over 2 hours. Very, very sorry that you're just coming in as we're ending. But you can go back and listen. It was really crazy and wacky. We advertised doing a Guess the Banzuke, but we talked about pretty much everything else. I never noticed that, but he also won't stand there for like 10 minutes. No one is going to miss poor Hokuseiho. He's going to become the world's tallest Chunko cook. Yeah, he'll have no choice. I mean, he's from Hokkaido, so if he gets sent back to the frozen north. Yes, K-Bunny, we did talk about Asashuryu. I did not know about it prior to coming to the stream. I'm pretty depressed about it. I haven't heard that there's any specific details about his condition yet, like the stage or the type of cancer. I'm assuming we'll be hearing about that in the coming days, but that's a real shocker. First of all, he's a young guy. Second of all, there's been a lot of sad stuff going on lately, so I hope it's something he can beat. Oshoma likes to stand there, not as much as Hokuseiho, but he's defensive. And K-Bunny says, sad news. It's sad. And then Mitch says, Hokuseiho to work at a local Foot Locker in Hokkaido. Calling my shot now. Who do you think said that?
I'm going to do it.
All right. Let's do it.
Submitted.
Yes.
Done.
It's done.
It's done.
We can't change a thing. We're looking forward to telling you how many points in the preview show. Although if you're looking at John's name, you'll be able to check for yourself.
There it is. Yagi Kanshu.
I can never remember your name here.
It's 'cause it's a weird random thing.
Yeah, I got to remember the whole Y thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to you in particular, K-Bunny, that we'll be leaving in a moment. Please go back and listen to the stream. It was fun. And, we'll be back to do the preview show. We'll be back for live streams and the recap show. This was just sort of a fun in-between, get to talk to the peeps. And now we have another content so the algorithm doesn't kick us out.
Let's see.
Let's see. And then we'll get fired in about a week for clobbering someone with a sneaker. You can technically still change if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Well, yes.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
No, monster, no.
Yeah,
I understand.
You can resubmit the form.
But we can't do this. That is a 42 Opinions rule. Oh. So, anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. It's late. Everybody has to work. Mitch has to work in like 3 hours, so... Monster also says it's not only one submission. You're welcome, K-Bunny. Look for us constantly. You never know if we do another surprise thing. Yeah, Mitch, go to the beginning of this video where John shows his ranking in the ISP, and then you'll feel even worse.
It is on the verge of falling at any moment. It's just one.
But you gotta savor this moment.
I'm liking it. No, here, hang on.
We're gonna pull it up one more time, just for your.
So check this out. So the last tournament, I was 8-7, but I got demoted.
Wow, crazy.
Because I'm so high up that there's nowhere for them to put me, so they had to put me down.
Look at that, Mitch. There's your goal to aspire
to. This is pride that cometh before the fall. I'm gonna be 5-10. I'm gonna be out of Mega Share next year. That's the way it goes.
Well, thank you all for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the show. It was fun. It's only as good as the people who show up to hang, so we appreciate all of you. Mitch, you're going to do better in ISP, as I hope to as well, because I was right there next to you.
Some tournaments are just coin flips. There's just nothing you can do.
No.
Sometimes they pick some real, like that Shodai versus Mitaki Yumi.
Yeah, that was an unfair pick.
Okay, there is no way
to know who was going to actually show up to fight.
If you won that, it was luck.
Pure luck.
There's nothing you
can
guessing.
Do.
So you get days like that. You just let those go.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, you'll see a matchup and you're like, I think I have the track on this.
Yeah.
So you just got to wait for those.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you again.